fingers in. Like, damn. Okay, then when we start, this one's the overlay for the show. And you gotta block that one out. All right. Go to comedyslaps.com. comedyslaps.com. Okay. Because if you so you can watch the show if you go to the website comedyslaps.com. Mm-hmm. We stream on there on the website, so you can watch the show from there. Jay, I know you asked me for an outline. I usually have an outline. My son ditched me, which I already explained. Yeah. So we're just gonna talk. I got questions. Steven's very, very professional. He knows what he's doing. Dino knows So we're just gonna talk. Cool. And do some comedy shit. And just have conversation.
Just in and out and do what we do.
Do you want to open the show by doing your freestyle, or do you?
Well,
it's up to you.
Why would you say that?
Now, because it's like doing your studio on the spot. Because you be flowing. Okay, let me just. All right, so let me go.
You can do that.
Can y'all hear everything okay?
Give me a check 1, 2. Where's my headphones? See how loud that was?
Yeah.
So if you do,
Yeah, I got you.
Put it on the pad or something,
That's a good call out.
So that'll bang your ears. You see how professional these mics are? How crisp.
Crisp.
Oh my God.
Crisp.
They pick up everything.
They do.
I think I did great.
Bling,
Yes.
dong.
Bling, bling.
Ring, ding, 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 dong.
Your hair ring.
Ring, ding, dong. Ring, ding, dong.
Hey, you remember when your man was all up in it like he was rapping? You like, nephew, he hung up. You scared him. All you heard was,
Yeah, barking and growling. That's all you were doing. You scared him. He's not even there. He's not even on the line.
right, he's gone.
Other end, other line.
Let's see.
Man,
Okay.
he's a sweet.
Yeah. God bless it.
He's a sweet.
Check.
She killed him in the Breakfast Club.
Word. I like that. Thank you. I truly accept that compliment.
Killing
Check
the
us
Breakfast
out.
Club.
Team SlapStik.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh,
We're
welcome
just-
everyone.
welcome.
What's going on?
Radio, I'm Stephen G, comedian Stephen G, with my girl.
Misha Mish.
Yeah, indeed, and with us right here in the SlapStik Studios live. Today we have
Big Dino.
Big Dino and
Jaylene.
Jaylene.
And Jaylene.
Jaylene. She's so nice with
She's
it.
so
Jaylene. What's up, Jaylene? How you doing?
I'm good. How's everybody doing?
We're great.
Great.
We're great. Dino, what's up with you?
Man, I can't call it, man. Happy to be here with y'all.
Oh, no doubt. Did you go up to the open mic last night?
I did. Me and a friend of mine, Dwayne Coop, we went up there and
Y'all can adjust. Y'all can pull y'all's mics back and forth.
Yeah,
That way you can. You know what I'm saying? So
Just so you can be clear, so people listening can hear
got
you.
you. Got you. Can you better there? There we go. Yeah, we went to the Red Rock. It was nice, man. You know, that's just a spot right now that we can all go
It's
to.
live, man.
Hey, it's a spot we can always go to and see the rest of the comedians and, bounce ideas and
I was
everything.
glad to see that it was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really was.
yeah,
Nice,
they
diverse
usually have a
crowd.
nice, diverse crowd, and
Diverse crowd, a nice crowd to begin with.
yes.
And then it's diverse, so yeah. You can come out, any comic could come out, white or black, could come out and work their material. I wish we had that address so we could drop it.
Oh yeah, let me drop the address. I
Yeah.
can pull it up really quick.
I know it's on Broad Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Broad Street in Reynoldsburg, or Black Lake, Reynoldsburg,
Lake, yeah.
And
Same thing.
shout out to Hassan Hancock.
Yes, Hassan doing a great job up down there.
Yes.
Doing a great job.
And Jay, I know you are going to step your way into comedy. I'm sure you got some material written down. The open mic night, it's Wednesday nights. I think you should take the opportunity up.
You know what? One day I'm gonna be brave enough. Maybe I can get some pointers and tips from you guys, so I can actually, step out there on faith.
Yeah, you
see how it
should.
goes.
Yeah.
Because I've always kind of questioned like timing and how to really structure a good joke. Because
Mhm.
I feel like I
how
do
you
a
said
good
Right.
job with storytelling, but not necessarily like how to make it, because I don't want it to be like
Complete,
if you was
yeah.
there type of
Yeah,
thing.
right.
I want you to feel like you was there when
Right.
I tell
Yeah.
my stories.
And that's how you should feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause
And that's how you should describe the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because when you're talking, I want to be able to visualize as if I am there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get what you said.
But you want to do that with at least amount of words as possible.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the key right there.
The timing.
Yeah.
It's
the
the words
timing.
and the words that you choose to say.
Yeah,
It's the words,
definitely.
because they make all the difference in the joke. You don't want to have to say 5 or 6 words or sentences to get to a punch. You know what I mean? So you don't want to overword it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And just to throw out the address to the open mic, it's Red Rock Pub, 7167 East Broad Street,
7167 East Broad Street,
Black Lick,
Blacklick, Ohio.
Ohio.
Well, that's Reynoldsburg as well.
Yeah,
So
Reynoldsburg.
Yeah.
It's
Everyone knows
close.
it's
Yeah.
Columbus.
Yeah.
It's, Broad Street. So
Mhm.
7167?
Yep, 7167 East Broad Street.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday night. So
And comics have to sign up by 7:30. Show starts at 8:30.
And there is a plethora of comics, so you want to get there early to
yeah,
sign up.
every Wednesday.
Oh, you do
it
I
same
was
day?
surprised.
It was about 18 last night.
Yeah, same day sign up.
Same
yeah,
day,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It was about 18 last night.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, let me go 8th or
Wow.
9th.
Wow. Well, everyone came out last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So Jay,
It's fun.
we'd love to see you there.
Oh yeah,
It's fun.
one day.
It's fun. Stand up is fun if you're not afraid of it. It's like karaoke. People are afraid to get up and you're just having fun.
Yeah.
Who knows what may happen,
It may be therapy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Get up there,
for
get
a
a
lot
little
of people,
something off,
yeah.
off
Get
your
a little
chest.
something
Just
off
like
your
people,
chest.
hey, I may not be the greatest singer, but I'm going to go to karaoke night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just have fun.
Yeah.
Not trying to be Prince or Luther Vandross.
Just want to have a good time.
Just have a good time.
I ain't going to get discovered in here tonight or nothing like that. You know what I mean? On
Right.
karaoke
But
night.
you know what? You never know. You never know. Yeah. Yep. You never know.
You never know. I don't remember a singer saying he's been discovered from karaoke, but many comics have been discovered on
Open mic night. You're right.
Yeah.
Two totally different. Yeah. I know what you-
Yeah. I mean, maybe because we're in Columbus, that might. But still, you never know. You never know who's gonna.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a corporate dude that needs to book a comedian for, just
Anything.
And boom,
Anything.
he's like, oh, I hear about this open mic because they
Oh,
do that.
wow.
White people,
Yeah.
black people, it's
They come,
diverse.
sit in, they're looking for people
Mhm.
all the time.
Yep.
I mean, why do you think, like we talked about last week, with Caroline's in New York? I mean, they're scrambling to get in there because, Lauren has people in there that's scouting talent. And if somebody's funny, then, on the major nights, Lauren is there. You may not see him, but he's there. He's in the back, you know what I mean? You can't see him, but he can see you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, it's things like that. Like people, they know people are watching, so they're there. And, hey, the majority of SNL cast has been scouted from Caroline Comedy Club.
Yeah, that's true. This is like a chill. Let me change the music or something. The alcohol's about to kick in and stuff. The music is like.
Yeah, you're killing us.
Yeah, it's like too slow. So I have
I used to hate when that came on Blue Monday. Like, oh, this gear take all flipping day, man. Damn, I hate this song.
So I have some random questions that I want to throw out.
All right.
Starting with Dino.
Starting with Dino.
Dino.
Big Dino.
Big-
Neighborhood hero.
Neighborhood hero. I remember the first time I met Dino, he dropped out in pajamas. I'll never forget Dino. Do you
Yeah.
still perform and end up in pajamas?
Yeah, Dino still performing.
I still
I mean,
perform.
I know you perform, but do you?
Yeah, I mean, it has become one of, you know what I mean, my closers.
Mhm.
I've even had people, you know what I mean, request
That you do that,
I
Joe?
want you to do
You
my
better
show.
do that.
I want you to do my show. I need you to put them
Do my
pajamas
shit.
on.
That's it now.
I still have pictures from that night. And that was like 2008. I
Oh,
still have the pictures.
I would love to see that.
I will show you tonight before you leave. I'm going to make sure you do. But I do have a random question. My random question is, Dino, is there a song that makes you cry when you listen to it?
Is there a song that makes me cry when I listen to it?
Yeah.
You talking to a grown ass black man.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah, Dino, is there
I
a song
mean,
that makes you cry?
I mean, or am I at a funeral? Or I mean,
Yeah, random
Right,
question.
right.
Anything.
And like, if you don't, where am I at?
If you listen, like if you have a song,
No,
a
we just
song
got
that
shot.
really makes you-
wait, I'm gonna be honest.
like
There is nothing that they play on the radio. The way I've been on my way to work or some shit.
You got full on.
That's my shit.
If you busted down crying.
no, is there a
There's-
song that reminds you of like a family member?
Mama.
Like yeah, like a
Yeah.
Kelly, or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
something that brings back memories. Like the song Estelle song. It reminds me of my dad. Every time I hear it,
Can I?
you know.
Carry one song.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Listen.
Brand
I'm gonna
new
tell you
one.
like this.
Go ahead.
I'm a visual person.
Mhm.
So before you get me to cry about a song that just breaks me up or just reminds me of someone so much, there is not one.
I know some good songs,
But-
but
Something
none that will
that
bring
makes you
me to cry.
But I'm saying something
Emotional.
I'm
You
gonna
get
tell you this.
emotional or
Watching
really-
what was the movie with Keanu Reeves when he was coaching the baseball team? When G Baby got
Yes.
killed.
Hey, I know
My
exactly.
kids was little in there,
Yeah.
so I'm sitting there, they're like,
Yes.
why, Daddy? I'm like, yeah, it's dusty in here.
Yes. See.
G-Baby got killed.
Yeah, man, that was so
man.
sad.
That was a cold.
That's how you touch me.
Yeah.
That was a Ricky. That was a Ricky. I call it the Ricky moment.
Yeah.
For me, that was
You know.
Mufasa.
Ricky moment. Like, oh man, don't
tragedy.
say that.
G Baby tore me up.
Yeah, no doubt.
That Mama song from Soul Food gets me every time.
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh,
That will make me, because yeah, stuff
that'll
like
make you do it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, to make a lot of people do it. They, from Color Purple, when Suge busts in, God is trying to tell you something.
Yes.
That gets a lot of, that gets a lot of people that told me like, you know, like they, oh my God.
see, Daddy?
Yeah, and that's exactly what the director was going for. Spielberg, that's exactly what he was going for.
Nailed it.
You nailed it. Nailed it. He really did. I mean, he moved them with that. Her busting open the church doors like that.
Hey, that was cold.
Oh my goodness, epic.
Mhm.
I didn't know Whoopi Goldberg could act that good until Color Purple.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Excellent.
Oh my God. She did a bang up job. And I don't know why she didn't did she get an Oscar for that? Because if she didn't, that was wrong.
That was wrong, but I will say.
I think the whole cast got dissed that year.
They
Oh,
If
didn't,
yeah.
I'm not mistaken.
they didn't like the movie.
They didn't like, they hated on the movie.
The
though.
establishment.
Yeah. They hated on the movie. That's terrible. Because even Oprah did a good job.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Yep.
You told Harpo to beat me.
Yeah.
Harpo's ass.
Man, I was sad for Oprah when they hit her with the gun, you know, like
Yeah,
that.
me too.
Wow. When he like.
I said I couldn't imagine. I could
And
not.
it was like that too.
Hey.
Could you imagine that?
I watch it now.
And there's nothing you can do. It's almost like the Floyd, George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like that.
Yeah.
Where the people, the bystanders are standing there.
Complete
And just
helpless.
what, helpless.
Helpless.
Now, if they rush the police are liable to shoot them.
Exactly.
Oh, going.
This is the power that they have
Exactly.
over us as citizens.
We
You know what I mean?
We coming through tonight. If not right now in front of everybody, we coming through tonight.
This is just crazy. And something has to be done. You know, I've been advocating about this a long time, that I don't think every individual policeman is corrupt, but I think that the way that they train them, that's what's corrupt.
The system.
The training is corrupt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not the people that, but you trained them to chokehold people and stuff before.
Mhm.
You had to outlaw chokeholds because you trained them to chokehold people.
Exactly.
You know, so
Now you're trying
it's
to
the
untrain them.
it's the training that's corrupt.
Here's my thing.
First off, I'm not saying some of the cops aren't, but you know.
My thing is this. I went to get my barber license in 1990. I had to have 1,800 hours of training in order to get a license to cut hair.
And if you cut hair in your basement, they'll come and lock you up.
Well, I'm not saying that.
They'll fine you,
They
hit
don't
you with the
have-
biggest fine, and
They don't have
You can't
anywhere
do it.
near that training.
Yeah,
No.
you think
In
they
the
should have,
hours.
yeah,
no, they don't have that training.
Yeah.
But you just to cut hair.
But
Yeah,
to
yeah.
cut hair,
Yeah, you didn't get
it's-
that type of training.
It's crazy.
It's
Exactly.
it's bananas.
Bananas.
It's bananas how the system is set up.
I wonder how many hours they actually have to do for training. I'm gonna ask my mom.
It seems
'Cause
it seems
it-
short.
it is
doesn't
short.
seem like it's long
It's only
enough.
like 2 months.
It's not
Yeah,
long
like
enough.
Yeah.
2 months, and then you're out here and you're supposed
With
to
a gun.
with a gun. Yeah.
Yeah, week 1, Billy Club. You know, week 2, Mace.
Right.
You know what I
And they're
mean?
telling you, like,
Week 4, this is the one y'all been waiting on.
they're telling you, you have all this authority and you better establish it, or
Exactly.
they'll treat you like a bitch out here
Exactly.
on the streets.
Exactly.
So you better establish your authority right now, right away.
They're already making everyone a threat.
And then on top of that, they have all these, what'd you call it, like the blue line or whatever, where if you see your fellow police officer doing something inappropriate,
yeah.
you can't even say anything
Yeah.
because they'll push you out. They'll
They
go
will.
against you.
They
We're
will.
supposed to protect each other. I'm like,
Right.
you're doing
Yep.
A
wrong.
lot of guys have been ostracized
Mhm.
out, you know, and of police stations, you know, for ratting, you know, for ratting.
Telling the truth.
Exactly.
They're telling the truth.
And
They
it's
ain't
almost
ratting.
like they
Yeah,
take,
they
once
say
you
they're
take
ratting.
this oath to be a police officer, they're removing the human part of them being, you're still a human
Yeah, we
being.
can-
You made a mistake. I, a civilian, if I were to make a mistake and accidentally
You have to
shoot
pay for it.
somebody, hurt somebody, I'm in trouble.
Right.
But if you accidentally shoot somebody and you're supposed to be trained, then it's a whole different thing. Well, they got a lot of pressure on them.
Yeah.
How am I an untrained civilian? I have to make better decisions than you as a trained officer.
Yeah.
Talk
Come on
to
now.
them.
Yeah.
And with all the evidence against the officer in the George Floyd case, with all the evidence against them, I'm still skeptical because
Yeah.
they gave him the money. They gave his family the money so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we know,
Justice.
We
ain't gonna
know-
come. They gonna. It's a
we
trade-off.
know-
You're not gonna get money and justice.
you're not going to get money and
You're not-
justice.
and
We
when you
know
do it,
that's how
that's
they
why
did
the
it.
money was paid out as fast
As
as
fast as they
as
could.
it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean,
Like,
this
hey,
is
hey,
good.
hey, take the money, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it. He's going to get a slap on the wrist, if anything. But you take the money.
What does it do to the system, to our nation, if you say, hey, you are a police officer, yes, but you were in the wrong? Like, what is the fear of them actually convicting these individuals? Does that then mean that
Well-
you've done something wrong in regards to your training, in regards to your department? Like, what is the reason that they're just so, they cannot be held accountable?
Well, because it will start to unravel decades and decades
No,
of this fabric
it's-
of these type
yeah.
of police officers.
It's
So if
systemic racism
Exactly.
is what you're
So
asking,
you-
and that's the answer.
This is- my
Systemic
dad was a police officer,
racism
and this
and
is-
backing to, because they have backing, you know, to the highest echelons of government.
Right,
So, you get in court, the judge is backing them.
exactly.
You get the governor's backing a judge, whoever, the prosecutor,
Favorites.
it's every,
it's favorites.
come on, come on.
I am happy that with the George Floyd trial, they do have the witnesses speaking out.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Did you
I'm
see
glad they are speaking
Did you
out.
see the gentleman? I believe his name was Donald Williams.
Who was on scene.
Yeah,
initially,
when they were
yeah.
trying to almost pin him as this angry
Like,
man.
you were angry,
Like,
weren't
yeah,
you?
you were getting more and more
Weren't you?
angry. He said,
Weren't
no,
you?
I was getting more and more professional.
Yeah, that's what I was. Oh, he was killing them.
Did you?
He was
Did I
killing
say
the defense
that?
attorney.
Did you hear it on the recording? If you heard it on the recording, then I said it. Like, come on now.
I was eating defense up. He really was. He did a great job on the stand. He did. I was proud of him. I was proud of him.
Yeah, I am proud of the witnesses. Even I don't know the white girl, but she is like, I was telling
one?
them to check his pulse. The
The-
one with the
the
short
nurse.
black hair.
The
You're
nurse.
talking about
Yeah, the nurse.
The
Yeah,
EMT.
she was
The
into
The
it.
EMT.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's really clearing it up.
He was
Like,
watching
she's-
them die.
Yeah.
Like we were watching them die. I was trying to intervene and tell them that I could help, and they were telling me no.
What did she said? They said something along the lines, if you are a part of this
Then
police
you know,
department.
if you're a firefighter, then you know not to get involved.
Exactly.
Then you know not to get
Like
involved.
what that's supposed to
If
mean.
you're a firefighter, then you know not to get involved. Oh, what cold words are those?
Yeah.
You saying that to say what? Like you know and you know what this is.
You already know. Back up.
Craig,
You wear a uniform.
life, being black.
Being black.
Yeah.
Because that's what it boils down to. Now, had there been a black cop, the crowd would have rushed the black cop and pushed him off of the white guy's neck.
Well, the family would have been
And-
paid already, and he would have been in jail.
He would have.
It's on video.
The cop who shot the white lady in Minnesota, as well, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He's doing his time.
Yeah.
They didn't speak about that. He's doing a lot of time. I mean, enough of it, you know. And they didn't say anything. They got money, and he went to jail. So that's all we're asking is to be fair, you know. Since that's the justice that is supposed to be across the board in these cases.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
So Jay, I know you're an actress. I would like to know how you get into
Jay's
character.
an actress.
She's
Wow.
an actress.
So, how I personally get into character, depending on the mood of my character, it's say this person is worried.
Okay.
I start at the very beginning of my day. As soon as I get out of bed,
Get worried.
I'm thinking about all kind of things. Now I'm a natural worrier, so that's kind of easy for me to kind of get into it, but I don't allow myself to kind of come out of that mindset.
Okay.
I'm just like all over the place. I just kind of
How I was today, pretty much.
Yeah, I allow myself to be frantic and think of all these things and think about a whole bunch of unnecessary things. The goal is to try and start the day and end the day in character, mentally, not necessarily through any of my actions, but mentally I'm just whatever my character needs that day, that's what I am that day.
That day, and you start off your day that way.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking about like, oh, what does Jaylene want to do today?
So when your husband communicates with you, are you still acting worried, or does he know? Like, I'm gonna leave her alone.
He doesn't necessarily know, but since I am, my personality and my temperament is just kind of, I'm closed off, I'm happy, I'm closed off, I'm happy. He's like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But luckily, these last few months with rehearsal, I leave before he gets up, so he's not necessarily experiencing, say, my current character, Marcy. He's not experiencing her right now.
Okay, so tell us about Marcy. So you have some new projects coming up?
Yes,
Okay.
I am a part of a production company out of Youngstown, Ohio, Michael Anthony Productions.
All right,
Started off by
Youngstown, shout out to
Youngstown.
Hey,
Youngstown.
yo.
So started off by Michael Anthony Forney, Michelle McMillan, but we are currently putting some things into work. I can't necessarily divulge, but we are working on a film that is going to be super exciting. We have several trailers and things like that are floating around on Facebook to kind of give you a taste of what we're working on, but it's going to be something exciting.
Has the project been named as of yet?
Yes.
Okay.
It is Why Me?
Why me?
That is probably a question that all of us kind of ask ourselves
Oh, yeah.
sometimes,
Every
especially
day.
when you have something to just, every time you turn around, something else. And you're
Yeah.
like, why me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that a lot of people can relate to. So definitely stay tuned. because we got some exciting stuff coming up.
Nice. Is there any comedy incorporated into this play? Or?
Well, I mean, with my particular role as Marcy, of course there's going to be.
Okay.
Because that's my personality, so I want to bring a little bit of me into Marcy. But yeah, there's definitely going to be something in there.
Nice. So I've been to plays before. How do you handle it if you get like a heckler or somebody yells anything out to you? Has that ever happened before?
I haven't had a heckler, but I have had somebody like it's weird that you can't really see the stage.
Yeah,
you can't see the audience necessarily, but there's always a face. That one face. Why can't I see your face?
Yes.
And there was a woman we were at the Dior, and I believe that's in Youngstown, downtown Youngstown. We were at the Dior, and I could just see her eyes, and I didn't like the way she was looking at me, and I fumbled on some of my lines because she just looked as if she wasn't entertained. So I had to bring it up, and maybe that actually helped me in my particular scene because that was my very first time on stage, and I was a little nervous. I remember my little paper. I had paper. And I remember it shaking, and I was looking at her, and then I put it on the table. And then I was like, I'm going to say something silly. And then she was like, haha. And I was like, yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
And every time I came out, I made sure I looked at her, and she looked like she was enjoying it by the end. But, yeah, I haven't had any hecklers. I don't know how I would respond to that, though.
Well, we're our own work. Was she a black woman?
No, she was not.
She wasn't? Okay, well, she was just being a critic. That's all.
Yeah.
Maybe she could smell
Hopefully.
it.
And they're everywhere.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, we're the comedy cops.
Oh yeah.
People who've never been on stage before.
Oh yeah.
Judging, everybody.
Don't realize how hard it is.
Yeah,
never
we'll never even
people.
try. These people will never try.
I never understand why you go to a comedy show to not laugh. Like, you go in there like, it better be funny. You gotta make me laugh. Come on now. I don't get it.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, and Stephen may agree with me now. I'm going to tell you. When you go do white comedy clubs, it's like the people, they know they come into a comedy show. They're ready to laugh and interact.
Already in a good mood.
They're already ready.
I've been to some black shows where it's just like you said,
yeah.
Oh, he better be funny.
Yeah. I ain't never seen him before.
Or trying to,
What you say he was on?
Yeah.
I ain't never seen him.
Or I've had this happen.
Like, who are you?
You hand them a flyer and they like, you funny? And I'm like, no. I'm like, every promoter books one nigga that ain't funny. That's me. That's I'm one funny nigga this time. You know what I mean?
Will I see you on Saturday? Will I see you?
I'll find out.
All promoters book a nigga and pay him to bomb.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to make the other three look good. Man, you sound simple.
Man, we so hard on each other, man. You know what? We are super hard, but once we love you, ride or die.
Yeah, that's true.
It's such a.
It is.
Until we don't love you again. We're going to roast your ass from the ground up.
Success has a lot to do with that. Because if you don't have it, we're not going to respect it. But as soon as you get it, we respect it like a mug. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You're going to have all the love once you get the money. But on your way up, oh shit.
Man.
Who are you?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody.
Yep, that's God showing us the real people who we gonna keep in our corner.
Yeah, ain't nobody.
Lock away.
You know, you.
Yep.
Yeah, like you'll see who I am. Stick around.
Yeah.
Watch me headline this show.
Ooh.
And you'll see.
Yeah.
Who I am.
And people don't even realize how minimal the support can be. Like, just like my Facebook page, you know what I'm saying? Just share my content.
With everything, it doesn't cost. And the weird thing that I've noticed with all the different things that I've ventured into is like, you seem to get a lot of outside support. You know, like the people that you actually talk to. I have your phone number. I say, hey, I create this YouTube channel. You want to come to? and I can see who's subscribing.
Right.
Not
I
a
could-
friend, but all these strangers like,
Mhm.
good for you. This is
Yeah.
fun. I like this. That's
Yeah.
so weird to
Yeah,
me.
the people that are supposed to be my best friends,
Exactly.
I can count on my one hand, how many times they've been to see me live.
Exactly. It's so confusing to me. Like
Yeah.
that don't make
And
any
it's a
sense.
shame.
Yes, it is.
It's a shame.
But
But
blow
it's-
up. Go ahead and
Yeah.
blow up.
Oh, that's my
Right.
girl.
I'm right
That's my
with
best
you.
friend.
Elementary
with you.
school.
Yep.
Me
I'm right
and
with
you.
you. Oh my God, I'm with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But they won't support you.
Mm-mm.
I mean, no. From afar they will.
Yeah.
But to help you blow up,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
they
Nope.
can't help.
So
Mhm.
confusing.
Sorry, I can't help.
The free
Go
life.
ahead and blow up though, then I can help. What can I do then?
Exactly.
What kind of job do
You
you
know
have?
I always
Yeah, job for
supported
me.
you.
I always supported you.
You know I did.
Yeah.
You got a job for me, I know.
Mm-hmm.
And the killer is when you are throwing a show. Oh, can I get a free ticket?
A
Or
free ticket.
like what?
A free ticket.
It's $10 to get
Or
in.
black people want to know who's throwing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, we always
Who
want to know
bringing them?
who
bringing
there.
them? Who's bringing them?
Yeah.
Why you got to know who the promoter is?
Why?
It's just it's Cedric the Entertainer. It's so and so. It's so and so. Man, why you got to know who bringing them? Why? So you can say you don't like them? Doesn't matter. Who's bringing them?
Just say you ain't buying 2 tickets.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's normally what it takes.
Man, doesn't matter who's bringing the Soul Circus. Your kids want to go. Damn, just take them.
Right.
What kind of animals they got there this year?
Oh, Leroy didn't bring them like that.
I don't know.
Fuck Leroy. I remember like
You stole my Alpine.
never like Leroy.
If you don't
I
let
knew
that
that's who
shit
was
go.
bringing them. I knew that's who bringing Soul Circus. I knew it. Soon you said Lee, I knew it. We be waiting to hate, man. I don't know why,
I don't
man.
know why.
It's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. We need to get over that, black folks. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
We need to stick together a little bit more.
Like the
I'm telling you.
Africans and the Mexicans.
Everybody stick together.
Everybody
Like
The black
but we have
Americans.
so much help. We've got so much help helping us not stick together now.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of help
Exactly.
now.
Good.
And that's
Oh
what I
my
don't
God,
understand.
talk
Black
about that.
people, why feed into that? Like that's something I catch on to right away. I'm sure y'all do too.
Yeah, sure,
So it's
sure.
obvious.
Yeah,
Like
it's obvious.
everybody was mad about Trump. He didn't affect anything I had going on in my
Nothing.
life, and he made me
Nothing.
laugh. I'm not,
Nothing.
you know what I'm saying? Like thank God it's over.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank God it's over.
Because
but-
he was dividing the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
He was bringing out some colors, I tell you.
Yes, he was.
You was
He
looking
making
at
up
you was looking at
bigots.
people that you knew like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
Hey,
Sarah.
Yeah.
sort of seen some people that we had friended in Jamaica. You know, white couple from Texas, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And, you know, my wife, you know, she's extra friendly, so, you know, she, you know, friends her on Facebook and all of this and all that. And I, you know, I was cool with it, you know, they would, you know, like our pictures and all this and all that, and then all of a sudden that election came around, and they got the spewing what they spew on their page,
Oh,
and
my
I said,
vitriol.
I said,
Oh,
see,
Lord.
I said they was just in Jamaica, you know, enjoying, you know what I mean,
Yeah,
the white
sure.
sands and, you know,
The Negroes.
yeah, you know what I mean. I'm like, you know, I said, but this is what I'm talking about.
Learning how to dance and shit from Negroes on the sands,
Man.
the beaches.
Hey.
No, you are the nice Negroes. You're not like them.
You're not like them.
You're not like
You're not like them. You're
Yeah.
nice.
Hey, and they getting that bread too, putting like 6 French braids in the white girl's hair.
Man.
With them weeds. That shit drive me crazy.
Those
Every
Cherokee.
time.
I ain't gonna do your whole head. I'm gonna give you like 5 of them.
Yeah.
Like, sis, your
Oh
hair
my
is
God.
not. That's not for you.
So is there any comedians' jokes?
Shout out to the white girls. We love y'all.
Shout out to the
Love
white
you,
girls.
love
They got
you.
soft
I'm
titties,
just-
right, Steven?
The softest in the world. Put that on your bucket list, black man. You've never felt white woman titties before. They are the softest. You never. Oh my God.
Tic Tac.
The softest
Tic
titties.
Tacs. They are the softest. thing you've ever, a loaf of bread, trumps nothing compared. A blown up balloon, nothing compares. Nothing at all.
Nothing compares.
A white woman's titties. That's the softest thing in the world. Let me tell
Ain't
you.
a bone in them.
Put it on your bucket
They
list.
don't bone
Ain't a
your
bone in
bucket
it.
list.
Put it on your bucket list. It's boneless.
It's boneless titties.
Bristleless
Oh.
and everything.
No bristle, no bone.
It's no bristle.
No bristle, no bone.
No, you be looking for bristles. You got it back there.
Ain't
It's
it?
none.
I checked.
It will excite you.
Oh, yeah.
Put it on your bucket list.
Hilarious.
Oh, you're crazy.
Never done. And I said I like them. But
That's why I'm glad this is my
Put that on your bucket
brother.
list.
We talk about stuff like
oh
that.
my God.
Oh.
Goodness
So,
gracious.
Dino, if not comedy, what else would you be doing?
You know what, Miss? I don't know.
Selling the things. Pushing it pies.
I am a horrible employee. Okay?
I be the littlest pet you ever seen.
I've known you for a long time. You are. I'm gonna say it. You are. Every time I turn around, man.
Yeah, you know, but and here's how I knew. Even working from home, if a nigga call off and you work right in the next room, you know, I am a horrible.
Yeah, fired.
Man.
Fired.
You couldn't be the president. You right upstairs calling off.
Man.
Mr. President, you right upstairs. Oh man, I ain't gonna be able to come down.
I got PTO.
I ain't gonna be able to come down.
I'm using PTO today. I got some
man.
sick time left. I'm gonna roll my ass back over.
Man.
I don't. You know what? I don't know because I have my hands in so many different pots that I just know that
You'll be doing a lot of stuff, not just one thing.
not just one thing. I would need to work. I like working for myself.
Yeah.
You
So
know
what
what
are
I
your
mean?
daily responsibilities?
My daily responsibilities.
Mixed pot, that oleo, that, yeah, I feel you.
You know, just whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever I get up and I see somebody need. You might need a fire stick.
He's like, that's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing
I'm gonna do a
today.
haircut if I have to.
Hey, you need a cut? I got you. I'm gonna cut your hair.
So
You
you're
know
a
what I
true
mean?
hustler. I mean, at least you got some side gigs to
that-
throw in
you
and
know, just the-
fall back on. That's what
Yeah,
matters
just,
for
you
real.
know, I done got into pallet flipping.
See?
If we got some elderly people that need you to run to the store for them, could you, I mean.
I'm gonna go to the store for Miss
I'm
Johnson.
thinking
Get
about,
them lime and
now-
now look, now that is a business that we need to,
No.
that's helping the community
I'm
as well.
telling you, I know.
That's-
I'm a part of this women's business organization. There is a woman that started her own business, and that's what she does. Stephen, she does stuff for people like elderly people that
Sure, that's what I'm getting at, yeah.
make money.
We need stuff
Millionaire.
like that.
Yeah.
Because you're really supplying a need that is really, really important.
Yeah.
And then you're making money in the meantime.
Mhm.
You're not doing it at cost. You know, in business that cost, you know, means you're not making any money. You're making money.
Mhm.
So it's a great business venture for anybody who's thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because Meals on Wheels can't do it alone.
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
They can't.
Yep.
They
And
can't.
you can set your
And
own
those
schedule.
meals aren't like, you know, if you made some greens and stuff for
Right.
elderly people, they would love you. Some yams and everything.
Yeah.
Come on now. Let's try to look out for one another the best we can.
Mhm.
That's what we need to start doing.
And I know some of y'all gonna need training on cutting down on the sodium and all that. Y'all ain't gonna be able to season them like you
Right,
normally
like you normally do now. Come on.
So, you
Your
know.
feet, your ankles gonna swell up. You're gonna have gout. You know,
We're gonna do that.
you ain't gonna be able to kick your husband and, you know, boyfriend. You know, growing up, I knew this guy who, he used to get drunk all the time, and he didn't work, and so he stayed with this lady, and, you know, I don't know how I guess she was on, you know, some kind of disability or whatever, but, like, every 3 months, she was stabbing, you know, just about every
Keep it
4 months.
spicy.
He had to take a stabbing to stay there. Cause she would get mad, you know, like they would get drunk, and about every 3 or 4 months, here you go, they start fighting, and she would stab him
Arm
with
this
a big
week.
one, and then, you know, the police would come, and he wouldn't tell who did it. So now
Oh, my.
he can stay there for 3-4 more months.
Oh,
Because
God.
anytime she start talking about get out, he'll be like, bitch, I'll tell the police that you don't understand.
Damn.
So he can stay away. That's
That's a
I won't say
hustler.
their names because they're kids.
He's talking about my daddy.
That's a hustler now speaking right there. You talk about,
You gotta
hey,
take a stab at it.
talk about blood, sweat, and
Every
tears.
3-4, 5 months. You know, he do.
Ain't nobody gonna love you like I do.
Oh,
One time, he was on his way
And ain't
back
nobody
to
gonna
Philly.
let you love
And,
him the way
uh,
you like to love him.
And I ain't gonna say her name, but Miss, I ain't gonna say her name, had a steak knife in her purse. And so when
Oh, she kept it with her.
she kept it with, she kept a steak knife
You
in her
never
purse
know.
all the time.
Never
So
know.
when he was getting on the bus to leave, he looked back and said, "Bye, bitch." And she reached in her purse and grabbed a steak knife and said, and Stanley missed
Oh my
And
God.
so the bus driver, he was bleeding all over the seat. The bus driver put him back off.
You need medical attention, but not on here.
Oh my God. This girl up in Silver Gardens, I'm telling you, was something else.
Oh man.
Oh man. Shout out to Silver Gardens. Tonight. That's just one of the stories, man. I got some Batman and Robin type stories. You know, I was blessed to be around a lot of funny stuff that went on. You know, that was like deadly though. I mean, you know, their relationship was volatile to the 55th power. You know what I mean? And I hate to see things like that.
Yeah.
You know, because my mom and dad used to go at it, you know, argue a lot, and they used to, you know, fight, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I've never been in it with my wife. You know, we've never had a physical confrontation. Ever.
That's great.
Ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In how many years? How long have y'all been together?
In 12 years.
Wow, that's
We've
amazing.
never had a physical confrontation.
That's probably a record.
wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Ever. My wife's a sweetheart, for one.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know she knows she gonna lose, for two.
Oh, wait a minute. So
You're
you
not gonna
think,
win.
We're talking to Stevie G here.
so you
So your
think,
wife is smart.
She's smart. You're not gonna win none of these. What the hell?
go home and count them
You
steak
better get
knives.
that you better get that verbal.
Count them. There's 6 in the set, there's only
Well,
5.
she won't be no bitch, but to go on the person credit. Right. I'm not gonna call her out her name. That's number one. I don't know why my man did that.
That was dumb.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
That was dumb. He was like, "Bye, bitch," and she was ready.
Like she was just gonna say, what
I
did I
Her hand was already in the front.
Yeah,
like,
he
But she knew he was
He's
going
about to
to
He about to say,
Hey, no.
Yeah,
She was probably reaching for a lighter. He said, boy, I bet she grabbed the
Nah,
knife
she knew.
instead.
She like, he about to
Oh,
say
man.
something. And
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
gonna
be
say
ready.
something smart.
Yep.
Soon as he board this
I'm
bus,
fucking him
cause
up.
he gonna look back with a smirking smile.
Mm.
Oh my
She
God!
said, I'm fucking him up on
Ooh-wee.
spot.
Like the
That take a lot of practice, because 5 times it's a
Bow,
boom, boom,
bow,
boom.
bow.
But you
she
can't do
hit about
that.
3 or 4 good times
Well, my thing is this.
in the buttocks.
Then you get kicked off the bus and you back still there?
And then
Back
you
still
go.
here in Ohio. You supposed to be going to Philly.
So what you gonna do?
You gotta go get patched up.
Philly
And
is
sleep on
ass.
your stomach for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Now
And
you
then
real
go to
vulnerable.
Ass done got infected.
Now you vulnerable. Ass in the air.
Ass all
Ass on your
infected.
hair.
You
And
ain't
you
got-
can't see back there,
Hey.
so she gonna probably have to help you.
Who gonna clean it for me?
Exactly.
I mean, us as kids, I mean, we were like, you know, pre-teens, teenagers, you know, like that. And we were crying laughing.
Hey, it was hilarious.
It was hysterical to us. You know what I mean? Like, no, she didn't.
No.
Because we was like, she is wild, it's all outdoors. You know what I mean? Like, did a mother duck. That's what my brother said. She's wild than a mother duck.
That's what I need to say.
For real, like, ooh wee. Like, I couldn't believe it though, but we, you know, they used to go at her like that, like, all the time. All the time. And he would never, he could have sent her to jail many times.
But then where he gonna go?
He can't live nowhere.
Exactly.
They will put him out.
He gonna go to jail with her.
You gotta leave.
I'm going to
Well, the
jail
kids
too,
are telling
man.
me you gotta go too.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Yeah.
My mama ain't here.
Man.
gotta go.
Cause you know she gonna call home like, don't let that nigga in here. When I'm stabbing everybody when I get out.
You know it. They don't believe her. Yeah, you can't come here. I just want to do a quick check-in. At 8 o'clock, we usually take a 5-minute comedy break. Y'all want to take one, or are we gonna keep going? Up to y'all.
Hey, we can take a little break.
Yeah, let's take a 5-minute.
Take a 5-minute break.
Word.
All right.
You already know.
Go to
We'll
break.
be back
SlapStik
in
comedy.
5.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll be right back. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yep. Oh,
Take a
shit,
little
so
rest.
fun.
Take the things off your ears for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's like, man, that was great. That was just great stuff. Selling guards, man, growing up. I'm telling you. I CMHA. I know people, everybody who grew up in the project have, you know.
Oh yeah, I've got some stories.
Y'all want me? Everybody got what they need? Anybody need ice or anything?
Yeah,
Y'all
I'm
want me
gonna
to go
need to replenish.
I'll get the thing of ice. I'll do that.
Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me.
Exactly. Oh my
Man,
God.
I love coming to do this with y'all, man. This shit is so relaxing. Topics.
Sorry. There's chicken wings out here too, by the way, y'all. I forgot.
I'm sure.
Cause I smell them.
Oh shit.
I'm
Chicken
sure.
wing. We'll get chicken.
Little wang-a-lang, little wang-a-lang.
Bam. Bam. I need one of them chicken wings.
Yeah, I do too.
I need one of
Little
them.
wang-a-lang, little wang-a-lang.
Good. That's what Nigel probably, because Nigel be ordering the wings. That's his little. You got the Parmesan? What's the name? That's my first time having them last week. What's it called? What's it called again? Munchies.
Munchies?
Yeah. And their wings are banging. I just hit somebody to me. Hit somebody too. I'm there like, man. And they live up north. They was like, I was driving out to Munchies to get them wings. Hey, shit. Right? Parmesan.
Man, I was watching Blackish today, and that little girl, Marseille Martin, don't remind me of
Everybody tells me that, like, she reminds me, and she doing her thing, like, that's one little girl, I'm like, that's my daughter.
Oh, she's killing.
Killing. She's who I want to be. I love her. She's doing her name was like Marisol or something like that. She's doing her shit.
There's a lot of these little, like, the child actors that their parents did really good. Like, they ain't out here Miley Cyrus in it, like.
And all that.
And they black.
wanting to be something they ain't.
Okay, you get this little bitch right here.
Was it Yahara or the light skinned one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, she's so well spoken and smart and
Right.
don't
All
get
of
no
them
problem.
doing good. I'm like, man.
Everybody.
Even Jack growing up, he got his little stash now.
Man.
Like, Jack ain't gonna keep letting y'all make him dumb. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna have to, you know what I mean?
Rise and up.
Yeah.
I got knocked girls now every time.
And you got a little girlfriend. I see you doing it.
Amen to that girl coming down.
Yeah.
Alright.
Everybody's out.
I'm gonna have to swing down to this place.
Munchies, I'm
Look
telling you.
at her.
And they got some really, their mango sauce is the bomb. Yeah, they got some good.
My drink done gave me a little lunch taste. So everything
I'm
is
like,
nice.
shit, I only take 5 minutes. I show me one real quick. I need to eat. I ate it all day today.
Right on time.
Right on top.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was looking for.
What's these over here? Huey.
Why do you just appeared on the probate?
Man, killed that. I was so happy for him. I was like, look at him. He gonna be alright.
Somebody gonna be bucking.
They still
Man.
hating. They still hating, though.
They gonna do that.
I think we better than the white boy, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lawrence saw the probate is like a hell of a probate, dude.
Who was it?
Trevor Lawrence, the one
Oh.
with the pusher.
Yeah.
One of the Jaguars with Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Urban know what he doing. He's trying to be like Phil Jackson. Like, I'm just swimming
That
in
ain't
some
Urban.
shit.
That's what I said.
That's the whole, they want to like.
No. But once he knew that, oh, he wants a number one pick. Because again, you don't think the Jets needed him? When he wasn't fucking with them. They did some dumb shit and won a game that they wasn't supposed to win. And they bumped them out of it and locked Jacksonville into getting that number one pick. Urban like, I'll come out of retirement for that.
Well, who's to say that was out?
No work.
Well, they might have got
That's
Trevor
work.
Lawrence overtime.
It's different. They all right. Yeah, Justin Fields is. I can't wait to see where he ends up.
Oh my God. Probably like they said, in that pre-draft, they said, San Francisco.
I can see him. That's why I mean, he's going somewhere huge too. Damn.
So,
They want
Garoppolo.
they want that Colin Kaepernick back, but not Colin Kaepernick.
New England's coach wanted, Garoppolo back. So,
Oh, for real?
yeah. So they just want Garoppolo back. And San Francisco don't want Garoppolo, so.
Right.
it's gonna be-
They like sending him back.
Yeah. Like, okay, you want him? Do you? Later potato.
We'll send him back. Thanks for loaning him to us.
Yeah, he's in the spot. Thank you, Nigel. Damon helps the cameras. Nigel helps. He orders the food. He goes and picks it up and
Keeps
stuff.
us nourished. Thank
Yeah.
you, man.
You are Nigel.
You are appreciated.
Don't you know we love you, sweet
No, appreciate it.
Nigel? Yeah, David
Got
Slater.
a couple of runs, both chicken, not the you were on the bed, now electric. Rolling up the weed quick, not waiting around, always got a straight stick.
Hey.
Like everything wrong. Let me tell you something more, any fucking song. You told us that I ever seen. Like a jump in the back of real cold street. When I used to roll up, used to say, who rolled this blunt, nigga, Hercules?
I need to get some weed. I have none. I ain't smoked all day today. Besides what I hear the I'm like, man.
See, that's Taven's job. Remember he was like Taven's boy and all that?
Yeah.
I know, I remember.
I was like, I don't even tell him I need something from him right now. Like, I'm done with Taven. Like, I'm real pissed off. I was like, dude, I texted him 50 times last night. Dog, you gotta move out. You getting kicked out. You don't do shit like that, nigga. This is a production. You supposed to tell me so I can prepare in advance. You could have said, like, Mom, I ain't gonna be here on Thursday. That's all you had to do.
I thought you had to go.
You dipped on Monday, and then I'm calling you. You ain't answering. I was pissed. So I hit his girlfriend up.
You being all
So
stick
look,
his finger.
Yeah, exactly.
I tell my kids this all the time.
Damn,
You know what?
Thank you. That's what exactly.
I don't give a fuck about you being busy. Text me back like, Dad, I'm gonna call you back. This and I said, I would never play my mom and
Thank
dad
you.
like that.
Never, ever. And that's why I'm at a table. I'm like, my mom done talked to you about this. We've been talking about this since
I'm
you're
not one of your
junior
little
year.
friends.
Yeah. Now you gotta go. Cause I'm not doing it no more. I'm dead ass serious. You can't live here no more. When you come here, get your shit, and go. And I mean every bit of it.
Then you use the excuse after my third call or voice. Now that voicemails are getting more aggressive. Now,
I done called.
now you want to pull your grown card out like,
Yeah.
you know, you talking all crazy on my
Yeah.
voicemail, and I'm like, what about the first two where I was loving and concerned about your motherfucking
Yeah.
ass and trying to figure out if you still alive?
You know what I'm saying? Or in jail.
I
Or
don't
what?
want shit.
Yeah.
What about them?
But you ain't gonna play me like that.
What about them first ones?
Hate it. I mean, I ain't been able to see
Yeah.
straight since yesterday. Since I found out he wasn't gonna be here. Then they be knowing about each other. And I even called me 2 days ago. What you gonna do on Thursday? I'm like, huh? Like baby, I'm like,
You had
baby,
his back?
yeah.
You had your brother's back and you had your mom's back.
Yeah,
And
that's what I'm saying.
dog.
That's what opened my eyes up.
That's
like,
what a big brother's supposed to
That's
do.
what a big brother supposed. You ain't supposed to
You-
tell, but
you
tell
ain't supposed to
that
lie.
Don't
And my
brag
thing
enough.
is
But
this,
hey, mom.
you knew both parties involved.
Yep,
And
exactly.
you knew I could either let bruh crash and burn, but it would mean
Mhm.
letting mom crash and burn, and
That's
then
why I was.
then she ain't really gonna get over it.
Yep. I'm like,
So,
this,
bruh, I got you.
know
You owe me, nigga.
Yeah.
You, you owe me, little nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mom, I love you. You know what I
You
mean?
should have said something to her. That's what you should have did.
Yep.
Like, nigga, you supposed to tell mom, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
So that ain't really a problem. I made sure for my job, my Thursday is clear, so if anything, I'll be here.
My God.
How'd you cut your finger?
You know, they will work on doing the bad, shit. That's all the time. They gotta drop the lock on my finger.
But how, you cut it on the wall?
I was trying to pick up that bed and clear like sweat.
I'm sorry. Does it hurt? Oh. I cut my finger on that damn heat press thing the other day. Alright, word.
Good night, say, yeah,
Yeah. You ever seen how much get you sucker when he pulled the little wood out of his finger? Yeah, really like a motherfucker. Let it hurt too. Nigga, you a goddamn secretary. I got that patch too. You got your eye put on your numb. Hell no, we just put it around the office. Got shot in the eye with a paper clip.
This is for fastest typer.
Oh, you got the short hammer. You got the short hammer. I got that one right here.
All this metal for bullshit.
Right.
Ain't nothing for combat.
Nigga said for shorthand.
This was him for stenography. But man, come on, man.
I thought you lost your eye and numb. Man, hell no. We was fucking around in the office. Got shot in the eye with a paper clip.
But you know what the story say. You know what the story say now. Lost it and now.
Right.
Betty told everybody that.
Oh, shit. Thank you for doing your thing. Oh, yeah, I was in the war.
Gonna let a one-eyed veteran through? You know, he would get some pretty things on everything.
Oh, you gonna purge all of the benefits, nigga.
See, on the air, that was on the air sign.
Ding, 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 ding.
Are y'all cold out here? Everybody cool? I mean, with my drink, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm fucking Gucci.
Me too.
I'm good.
I want to make sure.
Appreciate the hospitality.
Oh man,
God bless that.
that's what we do.
Man.
Go ahead, slide in there. All right.
Ding, 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 ding. On the air.
Go ahead and get us back.
Which one is it?
Go down. Close out the. Be right back. The one that's.
Be right back. We'll be right back. Be right back.
All right, that was a nice little break we had there.
Yes, it
We had some
was.
chicken wings, fresh drinks.
Great
We're back.
Great break.
Everything is
That
refreshed.
was a great break.
That was a
great.
I'm on full.
Great wings.
Me too.
From Munchies.
Bring the bullshit right now.
Bring it on. Everybody rattling glasses and everything, shaking ice and everything. That's why they need to bring pimping back. Bring pimping back. The Pimps
Bring
was
it
the
back.
coldest niggas in the world. That's where they got rap from. That's where everything. Pimps was the first coldest dudes in the neighborhood. You
Yeah.
understand me?
Yeah.
They were. I mean, we need to bring pimping back for real.
Yeah.
Hoeing didn't go nowhere. Why they want to erase the pimp? Hoeing still going on.
Hey, and pimps didn't even provide
Unsupervised hoeing.
Unsupervised hoeing.
What's going
You
on?
seen him in the U-Haul in the land?
Oh my
Come on
God!
now.
Oh my God!
He would
I'm
never.
a pimp would have never let that go down. You understand me?
Listen.
You know how angry he would have been.
A U-Haul?
A U-Haul. Come on.
Man.
Did they have an air mattress on the back?
Not that I saw.
It was just
Just the spending the night bag in themselves.
Yeah,
Okay, that little
see.
Kroger bag with the little tie.
Kroger bag.
Come on now.
Yeah.
in a U-Haul.
You know, this is what they're doing.
It was a lot of ass in that truck though.
A lot.
Well, all I'm gonna say is this.
Boy.
It was a lot of ass not in pimp Cadillacs.
And that's what it was not in.
Right.
I guess you got to start
A
somewhere.
Range Rover.
You got to.
You got
All the ass wasn't in the Range Rover. That's why they got caught. That's why these hoes, civilized and they get busted.
All I'm
They
saying
don't
is-
have anybody to take care of their business.
A U-Haul?
A U-Haul.
You might as well just walk down the street holding her
What,
hand
you
and
think
just
you're
drop her
dumb?
off the niggas.
You dumb.
Huh, man.
That's why you need guidance, because you dumb, hoe.
Give me your damn hand.
You're dumb.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk you up the street.
This is
Come
why
on.
you need
I ain't
guidance.
getting ready to rent no damn U-Haul. I'm gonna walk you right up the
Don't even
street.
try to dress up no more. These hoes don't even dress up. Talking about doing some...
These niggas don't either. Have you seen some of the dudes that call themselves pimps?
Oh my God.
I ain't
They
never
crack
seen.
kids too now.
I ain't never seen a pimp in tennis shoes
Well, never. Never.
or sneakers or whatever the fuck you call
They
them.
chased pimping out of the game.
Oh,
You know,
my
they
goodness.
made it, they came after pimps. You understand me? They really did. They came down on them with all these laws and everything. I'm going to talk a little pimpage right now. You understand me? They came down with all these laws.
Hold on, I felt the trend.
You can't take a girl across state lines, or this is another charge, and you understand me? They just came down with so many statutes and so many laws against a real good pimp
Well-
that it really nullified what he could really do on a big level. If you get what I'm saying.
I understand that. But what if, let's just say we rewind back and we created pimp track teams. So that way, I know that you over here.
Like a relay?
That's right. Yeah, I know that you over here. You pimping in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm pimping through Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass these bitches off to you. That way, I ain't crossed the line.
Right.
Pass them
I'm
on.
gonna need you to pass yours back down here to me.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Is this a 4x1, a 4x2?
Yeah, I mean, it's an age. Some type of race though. Some type of relay team.
50 states now. Hold on.
Yeah, what if they came alone? What if I didn't drive them? What if they caught the bus? What if I didn't drive?
What if I said I couldn't go no
What's an
further?
interstate?
I can't go no further.
I can pick you up, but you can get to here. If you get to Ohio,
Man.
right there at the line,
My cousin gonna be there waiting on you.
Oh,
right
yeah.
there,
He gonna call me.
Oh,
right there at the line.
that's how they end up in the U-Haul, shit like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick you up,
Yeah.
and they don't be
They
there.
don't be there. Then now you're thumbing.
Man,
Now you're thumbing. Then the U-Haul picks you up.
and exactly.
the pimp-
That
and you wind up in the back.
1995 U-Haul.
The
Yeah.
Pimp Relay Coalition.
And unbeknownst to you, it's 8 more girls in the
Exactly. You just adding ass to ass. Damn it. Damn it. You ain't gonna
You got to
start.
be more careful, ladies.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I wonder how was the air quality back there?
Slim to none, I'm sure.
Man.
I know it was hot.
Hot. A free high.
And
So over there.
funky too.
Because there was a lot of twerking. I'm not
Man.
saying that anybody smells any way, but
Yeah.
just saying, there was a lot of
I mean,
ass
they was doing
movement.
business back there.
Business.
And all I'm saying is this.
Sexual business was being done back there. So
You think?
Stank.
Oh,
It
man,
stank
There was a
back
lot of
there.
ladies.
All I'm saying is this.
Stink, stank, stunk.
it probably smelled like open butt by a fan.
But you know what? They was probably charging different prices too.
Oh yeah.
If you want to leave the door up and get some air up in this motherfucker,
Oh, my God.
it probably, if you want privacy though, it probably costs more. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Do you want air? You want ventilation?
You want, or do you want to smell her
Extra
ass?
20.
Come on
You
now.
want to smell her ass?
Come on. You want to keep
Wow.
it funky?
I mean, they still won't get prostitutes anytime.
I got it.
I mean, you know,
Oxygen
because
tank.
who's to say? I don't even think that should be against the law.
Yeah.
To sell yourself, if somebody, you know,
As
if a
long as
woman
you're
wanted to pay
doing
me,
it willingly.
yeah, if a woman wanted to pay me for sex, we'd go over her house and say, who's to say, what are you talking about? What's
What?
wrong with that? This is me wanting to do, but
And
this
I
is the
like
government trying to
money.
get in everybody's business.
I like money.
See,
So she's like, hey.
trying to really police the people when you don't need to.
Right.
You don't need to police the people in that regard.
Because normally it goes like this. Those who either want to or have to sell pussy are going to approach you. So it's not,
They
you
are.
know,
Yep,
you know,
that's
and that's
true.
just,
They are.
and
Yeah.
my thing is this. Even if someone said,
Or they're out on the
well,
corner where this is being done.
well, and this right here. Suppose I say, hi, I'm just really not in the mood tonight. You like, I got $200 for you. Say you are. I'm like, you know what? I might be in the mood.
Yeah.
With $200 on the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, you persuaded me. You know, you could have said steak dinner. I could have said, yeah, okay, that's cool. I'm hungry, or nah, I'm good. But you said $200.
My thing is, they always come after the Johns in these sting operations, but the prostitutes be right back out. They'll be a day in jail or whatever. They right back out.
Right back out.
They right back selling
As
Gucci.
soon as they get
Right
out.
back on the corner, right back on the strip.
You know why? Because the police and
Buying
the
Gucci.
the county jail,
What?
they're the equivalent of a rest haven. See, it was just, hey, if I got to spend the night in jail, that's cool. That's just one night. I ain't got to be out, you know what I mean, on my back. I need
Or is it
I need
just
to go
an
break
attack on these
too.
Oh, you
brothers
said
who
it's a
out here
Gucci
getting
rest.
this free
Now,
money?
yeah,
Gucci
yeah, it's a rest haven.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a rest haven
Send it
for
on
hoes.
some ice.
A rest haven
Okay?
for hoes.
Send it
It's a
on some
rest,
ice.
it's a rest haven for
Eat that
hoes.
mystery meat sandwich and chill
And
out.
chill out.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on in, Barbara. Sit down. Yeah.
You gonna leave with a toothbrush,
Yeah.
a little bar of soap.
Exactly.
You know
Let
what I
me
mean?
make you take a shower.
Yeah.
Leave.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gonna shave up under your arms. You gonna get right
Get
when you
that
get back
lice.
out of there.
You
We're
know
gonna
what I'm
check
saying?
you. We're gonna check you for lice or whatever.
The jail ain't nothing but a
Spray
rest
you.
haven for hoes.
Yeah. Get out with her hair braided, all good and
Come on
greasy.
now.
And
And
Yeah.
listen,
Little blue magic on the parts.
and that's why a pimp won't leave his hoe in jail no longer than 24 hours if he a good one.
he come to get her. You
You
understand?
leave her in there 3 days, you know what I mean? Baby girl be done had her hair French braided, be done talked a whole nother game to her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she like, she just leave me in here.
Right.
Now I'm gonna fight a guard.
Just left me inside.
This is the community I've been looking for.
Left me inside. Left me
She done
alone.
found her a mama in her cell block and everything.
Yeah,
They
real
always got a mama.
I don't know why everybody want to sell drugs and strip now. This is a sad group of young people we got coming up. I'm not saying all of them because we got some wonderful young people that's doing wonderful things.
True.
But I'm talking the majority.
Yeah.
And you're right.
The majority out here in the streets, they want to be tough, they want to be thugs, they want to strip, they want to have babies early.
Here's what I'm saying though about that. The wanna be tough, wanna be thugs. You didn't take the proper steps. See, in order for somebody back in our day to be
It's
considered
protocol.
tough,
Yeah.
because they was a fighter first.
You was a fighter first. Yeah. Then
So you was knocking motherfuckers out, so you know what I mean,
Yeah.
before you
All
done
right.
playing up, and then y'all just added that to it, because now y'all ain't gonna fight me no more, so
Yeah.
you know what,
So
y'all
now
won't
I'm
really,
happy.
now I'm
Yeah,
shooting motherfuckers too.
Yeah, I'm the craziest too. But
Yeah, so I'm gonna do that. So there was never no ranking, y'all just went right to guns.
Yeah.
I seen a meme where it was like, niggas ought to at least win 3 fights before they get a gun. And that, I felt that meme.
Yeah,
Like a
you
nigga
should
need to at least win.
three.
Win 3. Not be in 3 fights. Not get your ass whooped
Win
3 times. You gotta win 3. I don't give a fuck.
Man.
I done fought 8 motherfuckers. I done lost to 5 of them, but I won 3.
Then you get the gun.
Great.
Now you can go get a gun, nigga.
Man.
You know, like,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You deserve one. You took the odds was was against you.
They would rather throw
You got beat up by 5 motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You beat up a couple young motherfuckers to even get to the 2.
Yeah, and some people ain't even getting jumped in no more. They just buying a jacket.
Oh my
Like, I thought
goodness.
you had to get jumped in the game.
Oh my
They
goodness.
nigga showing up with a red jacket. What's up, y'all?
Bruh.
Blood.
Y'all wanna smoke this blunt?
I
Oh,
tell you
Now
this.
you in. No, you supposed to get your lip busted.
I'm gonna tell you this. When motherfuckers be sitting there claiming sex and all that, ask them this. What year you get jumped in? Watch that motherfucker get saltier than a motherfucker.
Yeah, what year you
What year you get jumped in? Huh? Oh, you in that bullshit, nigga. I'm well, you can check I'm checking it now. What year
No,
you
my
get jumped
uncle and
in?
them grew up over here.
Right.
What you mean jumped in?
My grandmama been over there for 23
For 23
years.
years.
I'm grandfathered in.
I used to get watched over there. He ain't from there, but he used to get watched over there. You know.
So I want y'all's opinion on something. Did y'all see Sweetie and Quavo's little fight on the elevator?
I did.
It wasn't Ray Rice.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, it wasn't Ray Rice.
It was
How
no
bad,
one here.
how bad was it, Dino?
It
How bad
wasn't
was it?
bad,
Please, how
but
bad was it?
this is the
Just- I
crazy
didn't
part.
say it yet.
He just kind of tossed her in the corner.
I have an
Then-
opinion.
I have
Yeah.
an opinion too, but
Mhm.
okay, this is let me tell y'all the crazy part about this. So TMZ put out the video.
Them motherfuckers.
Them motherfuckers put out the video, and guess
Everywhere.
what? Now the police are considering their case to be domestic violence, and they want them to
On
pretty
both
much,
of them.
and they like, we need to talk to somebody because
Exactly.
TMZ put the video out.
TMZ
What do y'all think of that?
Yeah.
Here's my
Yeah.
thought.
You
I'm
gotta-
11,
When I
man.
first-
You gotta chill when you got money in your
Man,
life.
you know
When I
They'll
first-
get you.
But here's the thing. Just because you got money, don't take away the bullshit that normally happens,
Mhm.
right? So us
No, no.
on the outside, we have no idea. I
What
was
happened?
actually, I enjoyed their relationship.
Mhm.
I was like, they're young, they're black, I'm all for it. And for celebrity years, they was together for forever.
And they supported
they
each
really
other.
did.
Exactly. So they looked like they was in young love. So I was like, I'm here for it.
Mhm.
But initially,
I mean,
when
you gotta
first-
support that.
Mhm.
Exactly. Oops. Sorry, guys.
I
You
like
have
that.
to. You definitely have to support that. Initially, when I first saw it, I was like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really like that. But going over it with my husband, and he gave his opinion. It looks like she lost the tug of war.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
Whatever
That's
that
it.
fucking case was.
That's it.
Because it didn't look like
I
it
didn't-
wasn't a Ray Rice thing.
Yeah.
I didn't
He
know
didn't
that-
punch
he
her
didn't
out.
hit her
He didn't
physically.
beat her up.
He didn't
saw the
kiss her.
camera.
Good.
It
He
was
just looked away.
Good.
Yeah.
She lost
Okay.
the tug of
Without
war.
no sound, it was one of these. Well, bitch, give me this motherfucking bag
That's
back.
it. Yeah, I
that
mean,
type of shit.
and she trying to get the
Oh.
bag to
And
get
then-
real
But
quick.
what's in that bag?
But then look,
What's in that bag?
he looked up
Yeah, he looked
and
up at the
seen
camera.
seen the
He didn't switch
camera
up though.
and
That's a
And he
good
chilled.
thing.
He did just
He
kind of chill and just
tried-
stood there.
He didn't.
That's
well,
when
he
you
was
probably
trying to
realize,
chill
God
before.
damn.
Yep.
They got
Yeah,
Yep.
he was,
Somebody.
but
They
yeah,
said
they
it.
seen
They
it.
seen.
Somebody gonna leak this shit.
Yep. He knew.
And
it.
I already know it's a
I feel
raggedy
like
ass.
his-
It's a raggedy ass employee. Where was it at? What,
I don't even know. It just
was
said
it
the
a
elevator.
hotel? Was it? I mean, where?
Elevator somewhere. I
Yeah.
just saw an elevator.
And it was
I haven't seen
filming.
the
I mean,
description.
It looked like his demeanor was the same. They tussled, she lost, she fell into the thing, he stood there, looked up, seen the camera, stayed the same way. He didn't like switch up and be like, oh, let me, hurry up and help you up or nothing. He was just kind of like,
Like, get up.
Get your
Yeah,
ass
get up and
up.
let's go, man. You
Yeah.
doing too much.
And I'm not
So you just gonna
gonna
sit there like that type of shit.
I'm not gonna say
Right.
that anything is right or wrong, but it didn't look like how everybody's trying to pin it
Yeah.
to make it seem like he just beat her ass.
Because
And-
what I think,
But
I
that's
think
not what transpired.
that-
Nah,
Nah.
it
In
looked
my
like to
eyes.
me he had his bag. He was at wherever they were. They got into it before they got to the elevator. He
Yeah.
got his bag. He trying to leave. She's trying to take the bag
Mhm.
to get him to come back.
Right.
They're tussling over
Right.
this bag.
It was
Right.
tough.
Right.
Right.
in the
But
Not
his shit,
clothing.
he's trying to leave.
Not his
something-
clothing, that's for sure, because
Yeah.
she's not wrestling over the bag over his shit.
No,
Something.
Over his
something's
clothing.
in that
No.
bag.
Something else is in the bag, something more personal.
And there
than
was a video
his
where
clothing.
it showed somebody
That's
did
clear.
a still frame and it looked like she hit him in the face.
She probably did. Yeah.
So so they're to say Is it appropriate for him to do the tug of war with her after she hit him in the face? Like, who's to say that that's the first blow between them two? But like,
yeah.
I just hope that they don't like try and kill him unless get more evidence, you know.
Here's the stigma with that though, and this is a true story. You know what I mean? This is 1993. You know what I mean? My second. You know what I mean? My son's mom. So. This is back whenever you call 911, somebody going to jail.
Yes.
If they come out,
they show up.
One of y'all going to jail. I don't care if it's the one that called or you know what I mean.
You guys pick. They'll let you choose.
Yeah.
Which way you want to go?
Which one y'all going?
Which one?
Somebody's coming with me.
Someone
Who's
has
watching the
we
kids?
have to go. That was the law. Go ahead, continue.
So, me and my son's mom, 1993, we into it. You know what I mean, or whatever. But I already see what the game plan is. So
Sure.
I'm the one that called 911 because I'm like, nah, I'm not.
Who calls? That's who the other person calls.
I'm not. Bro, can I tell you when the police officers got there, white cop, black cop, that they hit me with the punk move?
Like, who called you?
Like, oh man,
did you
know what I
really?
mean? This and that.
She kicking your ass, huh, punk?
Like,
Is she?
I'm like,
Bring me up in here, is she?
because when I defend myself and she calls y'all, I'm going to jail. I'm trying to say she's swinging on me, trying to stop me from leaving, all that bullshit, officer. Yeah, these two motherfuckers played me actually like.
Are you scared, sir?
Like,
I'm sure.
do you really want to take your baby's mom to jail? I'm like,
What about the children?
I've never seen y'all ask a black man or a black woman when she's calling the police on her baby dad, boyfriend, or whatever. Do you really want to send your baby dad to jail?
Yeah.
Never heard that before. No.
So
No.
I guess who ends up?
I've never been caught. I've never had that situation because I'm not a woman beater. So the police have never been called on me. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Never.
Never.
No.
Cause I took the motherfucking phone out the wall.
You better holler. Bitch, you better holler.
Send a picture, bitch, cause you ain't calling today.
Yeah. Well, my son's mom knows, and if something like that happened, then I'm not going to stick around. We're not going to have a second chance to make this work or anything like that. I'm sorry.
Maybe it's because men don't talk about it.
I'm sorry. But some people are gluttons for punishment. I've seen the first
I'm not one.
I'm not one. You go to police on me and all this old bullshit.
It's a rap.
Because you started a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.
It's a rap.
Like rhymes on
I'm
the notebook.
sorry. Yeah, like rhymes on the notebook.
It's a rap.
It's a rap. I'm not sticking around. My nephews, a few of them, I'm like, what are you guys, gluttons for punishment? What are you sticking them with this girl for and see them bust your windows and did all this and did all that? Went back with her 1,000 times. It ain't gonna get better. Don't get another girl. It is not that big a. You don't have any children with her either. Come on, it's not that hard. Why is it so hard to break up with you? Young people don't want to. They really don't. They really don't.
But where are they getting it
They
from?
sensitive.
Because they get it from somewhere. They don't see this from somewhere.
They get better easy.
Fight and stay.
Yes.
They've seen fight and stay.
So what are they like? Well,
toxic.
Whether they're in the
Toxic.
home with mother and father, or if they're in the home with just the mother,
Or boyfriend,
and they seeing that, and they think that's how you're supposed to
operate your relationship.
like, oh yeah, I want somebody that got a little feist. I want somebody to stab me every 3
there are
months
too
so I
many-
can stay in the crib.
Let me say this, let me say this. There are too many young black girls who think that they have to or they have to show their toughness to these young black men. And they think they have to verse them when they should be more ladylike, and no one has taught them to be ladylike, not to verse a man in these ways.
Well, my thing is this: if you ask your kids which boyfriend did y'all like the best,
That's a good
did you
one.
like Mr. Carl or Mr. Kevin? Mr. Kevin was my
He was
favorite.
cool.
Yeah, he was.
Kevin was dying.
You saying Mr. It's the uncles. How you feel about Uncle Kevin?
Uncle Kevin, everybody's uncle.
Everybody's uncle.
How you about Uncle Tony?
Excuse me. Yeah, that's my thing. If you gotta ask your kids, or if your kids is secretly holding meetings and saying, I don't like Mr. Carl, you know what I mean? You know,
Mr. Steven, I like him.
yeah, he bought Pop-Tarts and
The name brand.
Took us out to eat. He didn't just buy pizza. He took us to Applebee's.
I like Mr. Chuck's because he always bought $5 hot and readies. Bring them hot and ready to take care of the kids.
And you know, and then the kids be judging who mama should stay with. You know?
Exactly.
And so the boyfriends be trying to outdo each other. So now if you done worked up to 20s, they're getting 20s out of you. You trying to get with your mama. You got to pass out 20s.
Oh shit.
You got 20, Mr. Jimmy.
You 60 deep. You 60 before you even take her mama out. My sisters in there one go too.
20.
I bet they do.
Jay, random question. Growing up, did you
Yes.
have an imaginary friend? Because you just look like that type of girl. You had an imaginary friend. I
Yes, I did.
I knew it.
Growing up, my shit was.
You used to kick her ass and everything.
No.
Sit your ass down.
Here's the thing. No,
With your imaginary ass.
She was a cool motherfucker. Her name was Cindy.
Cindy,
Okay?
not Sasha. Cindy.
Cindy.
Was she white?
And this was before, you know, my mom changed the address and got me to go to the white schools where they got me up to speed, but I was in slow classes, so it was Cindy with the K.
Okay.
Okay, so Cindy with the K, she was very kind.
Speed.
Yeah, she really helped me out with my spelling words, but she was rough
Because she
growing up.
enunciated. She's the right person.
Yeah,
No white
she
shit.
was like, no, we don't say wash, we say wash. Wash.
It's not ambulance.
This is your material and you don't even know.
It's not
See,
ambulance.
exactly. You need to
you
write
telling
this down.
the
Talking
real
about
story. Cindy with a K?
Yes.
Kindy?
See? You gotta
The
think
first thing they gonna say is
This is
kindy.
where-
That's what I said.
It's where the best material comes from.
Oh yeah,
Where the best is
from it.
born. It
Yeah.
really is.
And that's why you have a pen and a pad here, because I've
Mhm.
sat here and watched many comedians write down new stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
there you
no
go.
doubt.
Boom.
No doubt.
I just wanted to let you know. I didn't mean to interrupt
Especially
you.
talking about me,
But I'm
right
like,
now,
no.
me and Dino.
We're gonna take you back.
This. I'm paying
This is like a
attention to
therapy. This
everything
is a
that y'all
therapy
do.
session.
Light bulbs are gonna be just.
I had a lot of trauma growing up. Shit was
Hey.
rough growing up.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong.
Growing up around
Well-
drugs and alcohol, we
Yeah.
make
Oh my
jokes
God.
about that shit
Yeah.
now to make you.
Because your
to
mom,
get
I'm
past
sorry,
it.
your
Yeah.
mom is
You make
hilarious.
Everybody thinks her little ass is hilarious,
Yeah.
but me. But me. And what they call it, Shorty. What a motherfucking 40. That's what they call her.
Your mom be having me.
Everybody laughs,
And
but
I'm looking
you.
like,
You crying in the inside, I hate her.
Yeah, hey.
Let me tell y'all the funniest story I gotta tell y'all.
Dude.
So let me clear this up. Jay's married to my cousin, my first cousin Brandon. How Brandon and I are related is my dad and Brandon's mom are brother and sister.
Okay.
So Jay and Brandon had an anniversary. The whole family's there. This was like a few summers ago. I took weed. We smoking.
Oh, but of course.
Lord,
What do you-
Shorty
Of
got
course you
homemade.
did. Of course you did. Take weed.
We
talking
smoked,
about?
put it out. Man, Jay's mom, like, it's dark and everything, right? Jay's mom sitting next to me. She took a phone call. She was on there for like 10 minutes. After that, she was like, it's dark. Now, I'm thinking everybody done forgot about it. I think I got me a piece for later. Her mom was like, hand me that over there.
Yeah.
Give me the rest of that.
Give me that.
Hey, they was like, don't tell Jay because she is going to be.
She's gonna
Yeah. I was
be-
like, I ain't going to say nothing to her about that. That was 2
I
years
would have
ago.
already
It was
known.
hilarious.
I can sense it.
We
No
was
matter
crying.
what she doing, I can sense
She was
it.
like, go ahead. You could. It was dark as pitch dark. She like, go ahead and give me the rest of that.
Give me the rest
That's
of that.
Hey,
That's
crying.
Shorty.
Y'all's wedding, crying.
So my mom, God bless her, and I'm sure she's gonna see this because I done set her up a Facebook page. But she's a drinker, okay?
Man.
A beer drinker, so she can drink for long periods of time
Right.
when it comes to malt liquors.
Gotcha.
So my wedding, I was like, you cannot get drunk. So I tell the bartender, don't serve that little lady, the littlest lady in the building. Don't
Man.
serve her. I look at my mom's table in the middle of the reception. She got about 16 glasses of water
She was on
her
the
table.
fifth hour.
And then here come my cousin, his ghetto ass. Oh, I didn't know it was open bar, so he done smuggled in a bottle of 151 and giving it to my mom. Again, a beer drinker,
Oh,
and he
yeah.
giving her ass 151.
Oh, that's too much.
She's sweating on the dance floor.
That's
Yeah.
too much.
Do, do, do,
Yeah.
do, do, do. I said, God.
Yeah.
I mean, I was
already know.
crying.
She done
I wish I
got
could
Kenny
fix
Judge. She
those.
Hey.
done Saturday Night Live fever. I mean,
Hey.
Saturday Night
Yeah.
Fever.
I
Yeah,
just
it was all that.
I just looked up on the table. I see you still got
Staying
both your
alive.
feet. I know you wanted to hang one of them motherfuckers up your cousin's ass, didn't you?
I did. I was like, of all people, you know she don't drink liquor.
Hey, I
and
had
he was
time
like,
while I was watching
I
her.
didn't know it was an open bar.
She was a whole show. I'm telling y'all, man. I mean,
Man.
when I tell y'all, I was crying.
Everybody enjoys
Crying.
her.
Sound like
Everyone enjoys her.
sound like my type of people.
Yeah. They made a Soul Train line and she came down.
Hey,
Back and forth.
Knocking the kids out the way, the babies was trying to dance.
Well, let me tell you a story, okay? This is back when we all met and everything, 2008, 2009, you know what I mean? I'm on this dude's trail, you know what I mean? Because he's like the only one that's giving me game, you know what I mean? Like, hey man, you know what I mean? This is, you had a good set, you know what I mean? You need to, like he said, cut the words down, get all that out of there. You can shorten that to get to your point, so you can get to your
Quicker.
Oh,
punchline.
yeah.
So I invite my mom to one of the shows that I'm performing with him. There's another comedian, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna mention him, you know what I mean? But
We're
you
not
know,
gonna mention him.
right?
But you and I were on the same show. Where were we at? Where was the venue?
Man, I can't remember, where the venue was at. Was it the? Where was we at?
Black people always look at somebody else to read their mind. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Come
Damn
on,
it.
tell me.
Don't know where. Anyways, I hadn't heard from my mom, you know what I mean, and a couple weekends, you know what I mean, or whatever, you know, and then normally we talk, you know what I mean, and when she get back and was like, oh, you missed it. I'm like, missed what? I was on the phone, I was on the road with Stephen G, and I'm like, what? I'm like, how did you end up there?
Right.
You know, it's just, you know, and I'm like, salty as fuck, I'm like, you could at least plug me in.
Right. You don't know my name? Remember what I'm trying to do?
Hey, my mama mother, that's my
Yeah.
that's one of my best
Yeah.
friends though, you know what I mean? She all the way live.
The coolest, one of the coolest.
Miss Bev.
Man.
Without a doubt.
Shout out to Miss Bev
Yes,
and
shout out
Shorty
to
with a
Bev.
motherfucking 40.
Oh,
And the
my
mama
God.
that parks in front of, the mama that goes and knocks on people's doors for parking in their parking places.
Hey, you in my spot.
You're in my spot.
This is-
What are you doing?
This is an apartment complex. Ain't no addresses out there. Nothing.
Man.
I park here.
They come like Bill Cosby
Hey.
to the door. What are you doing?
My mama.
Parking in the...
She didn't give a-
Whose car is it?
You're in my
That
spot.
make you mad. I done seen fights start
Yeah.
over that shit. Right
Especially when you live on a street.
That's-
Black people
yes.
think the front of their
That's
house is
my
theirs.
shit.
No, that's my spot.
Goddamn it, you see my house and my walk goes right out to my damn car.
Don't you park there.
Don't
My
park
mom
there.
used to
Walk
show
there.
her ass because my parents
People
bought a
be
house
telling-
in the second grade. We lived there to the
Did
8th.
they have the poles up?
Man,
The in between that you park in between?
and she pulling up in the middle of the street like, whose car is this?
Yeah,
I'm
knock
like,
on that
"Mom,
door.
Yeah.
Knock on that door.
She done.
We be embarrassed as hell.
Man.
I'm like, no, you better go knock on this fucking door because she's trying to be funny.
She trying to
And I'm
be
like,
funny. She don't even
Mom.
know.
See,
She don't even know you, mom. She ain't gonna be here.
And now it's tense.
Don't
It's
care.
tense for the whole rest of the lease.
Not-
And you know what? Your mama don't think about you because you got to be outside with these people.
And you
Because
know-
they ain't going to say nothing to your mom.
it's like on a hilltop
So
in
you gonna
Columbus,
come-
Ohio.
Ooh.
A lot of these places, they have garages, but they're not cleaned out.
Right.
They
That's
don't
true.
sweep the alley out.
That's true.
They don't sweep, get the garage out there. You can park back there. You don't have to park on the street.
Right.
Most of these houses have garages, but they're not usable.
Because ain't nobody kept them up.
Oh, they barbecuing in the garage. They doing everything else.
Sometimes in case it's raining. Come on now.
Somebody probably
Killing everybody.
You mentioned the hilltop. So when I first moved up to Columbus or down to Columbus from Springfield, I used to always tell people
That was the first stop. Hilltop.
no, it was so when I moved up here, Springfield.
Because it's the
North,
west
south,
side.
east side. We just got those 4 sides.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Columbus has all these extra boroughs and we
All
these
that money.
booklet. Okay,
Everyone was
Springfield ain't got no booklet. Okay, so where I was living was in Hilliard. I didn't know
I used to live in Hilliard.
So I used to tell everybody. They say, "Where do you live?" I said, "On the west side."
Yeah, that's
Everybody
Hilliard.
was-
West side.
No,
But
they
they said-
didn't know.
No,
They
you
thought I
don't.
lived in. They thought I lived
On the hilltop.
on the hilltop. Every time they
And you would say Hilliard, and they would be like, oh, hell no.
Later in the conversation, I said, "Well, yeah, in Hilliard." They said, "Oh, you live in here. You need to make sure you say that." She was like,
Yeah.
"Well, I was concerned for you."
Yeah, yeah,
And I'm
hey.
out here. And
We thought you were on all
hilltop,
of
man, in the hood. And then I did. And then, long story short, before I even got to Hilliard, I did live in the hood, and I didn't even know. I felt so
didn't know it.
comfortable there.
Yeah.
I lived on a street called Northtown, off of Morris Road, that ran
Uh-huh.
into Tamarack.
Yeah, that's
Circle. Yeah.
And I was in the hood.
That's my area.
I was in the hood and I didn't know. I felt
You didn't know?
comfortable.
Yeah.
I felt comfortable.
Until you heard the gunshots.
No, it put me to sleep at night. I didn't know. I was comfortable. I was out
Hey.
there 3 years by myself.
You
Didn't have
on
no
both
issues.
sides.
Living with a whole bunch of A-man Samoans. And ain't nobody talk to me. Ain't nobody talk to me. And then I didn't think they spoke
Walked right
English.
past you.
They went to church 17 times a day, so
Yeah.
the building was quiet.
Yeah.
I was one of the 3 English-speaking families in all this complex, and when I leave, they say, "Oh, you leaving? I'm so sorry. Where you moving?" I said, "Damn, bitch, I didn't even know you spoke English."
Right.
This whole time, I done looked you in the
This
face
whole
for 3
time.
years.
See,
And you was looking at me like,
I was next to
Zumbula
nature.
Zumbawa.
more material.
And you, I didn't know you spoke English this
This
whole
whole time, they
time.
literally was like, hee hee. You know, that's how they, hee hee. That's how they would do me every time
Yeah.
I was saying,
time.
So did you live in an inside building?
yeah, where you had to go inside.
Was there a lot of different ethnic smells from the kitchen that you were?
Yes.
Some real loud.
But I got to the point. I
Some
said, some of that
curry
shit
and
smell
curry
good.
and-
Some of that shit, what was that? The sun-dried fish there? That smelled look good.
Yeah, you
Some of
got
them do be real good.
Yeah.
Now,
Oh yeah, I'm hip with it, especially that Ethiopian
I was,
food.
I was in
It clear yeah.
Toronto, Canada, and there was a brother. After the show, we went to the club, and there was a brother outside the club frying fish in a van. It was a gutted out van, a big, those big old vans,
Yeah.
old school vans,
Yeah.
big motherfuckers.
An Astro?
And he had it gutted out. He had the
Mini
van
van.
gutted. No, this was the Scooby-Doo old van.
conversion man.
Yeah,
Kidnapper.
the thing you said, the kidnapper.
The kidnapper.
That he had the beds in the back and everything, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so,
Carpet.
like, a little baby apartment.
Muscle.
Little apartment. And so he gutted the whole thing out. He gutted it out. He had a big old pot, and it was like a witch's pot. You know those witch's pots?
Yeah,
Big
they make stone soup in.
Oh my God! It was one of those, and he had grease in it to the very tippy top, and he was just rubbing the fish down with something. I don't know what it was. And he was just dropping the fish into his grease, and the fish was so damn good.
I bet it
It
was.
just float back up when it was done.
And the line was around the corner.
That grease probably been there for a good 3-4 years.
The line was around the corner.
And that's probably why the line was around the
The
corner.
line was around the corner because you could smell him.
That clean grease, it don't taste the same.
It don't taste the
No.
same.
It sure
no.
don't.
You change your grease too much. People could tell.
Yeah.
You know?
I need you to
It's
fry.
clean grease.
I need you to fry 40 or 50 more pieces,
Yes.
and then call me back.
Come on now. Burn it a little bit.
A fish chicken combo.
Let me look at the color of the grease.
Right.
Burn a little bit. They got the little crumbles on the
Oh
bottom.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
brown.
is that cornmeal
Go
coming
ahead
to
and
the
give me
top?
a fish chicken combo.
Yeah, chicken fish. It's all gonna taste the same.
Yeah, put it
Yeah,
on some
chicken.
white bread so
It's gonna taste the same.
You want
The chicken's gonna taste like the fish. I hate when people do that.
hey,
Please, if you're listening and you have a restaurant or whatever, and you got one of those little joints,
Keep
where
them
people-
separate.
Keep them separate. The fries should be by themselves, and the chicken and grease. You can do the fries and the chicken in the same oil.
I'm gonna sit here and say I'm not with this man. Do everything
Just
in the
not the,
grease.
just not
But
the
you
fish.
like, just put it on some white bread for me.
Just white bread. That's all
Soak
we
it
need.
up, soak it up and roll it up. Come on. now.
Nobody do like CNS used to. With the
CNS,
onions and
yeah.
with the peppers,
they had the
and
peppers in
yeah,
there.
the banana peppers
Oh.
and the onion and on the side.
With the chicken.
With your fish and stuff.
And that bread was soaked in
Look at the
that.
passion.
Where they would put it on the bottom.
Right.
And put the fish on the top of the bread to make the bread soft and everything. That's what they would do. To make the
I couldn't wait for my mom to come home at 3:30 in the
Oh.
morning.
You know,
and only ate a half a chicken, and she would leave it on the stove and be asleep.
You would
And what she
smash
was-
that.
The peppers, the bread,
The peppers.
she leave about 3 or 4.
I think that combo, the banana pepper, the pickle, and the onion,
That sounds so good.
that combo right there was so cold. Even
Can you-
and they had the
you remember
perfect.
that? Next week, don't even get no
If
chicken.
you tasted this chicken,
Don't even get no chicken next week. You just get the onion, pickle, and the peppers, and we gonna sit here and act like with some bread. We gonna sit here and act like we was at the CNS.
Okay. I'll cook it. I cooked last week. Matter of fact.
Come on, I'm coming
Oh,
back.
my
Come on.
goodness.
I
I
told
don't know what
Yes.
that recipe
Come on
was.
now.
I don't know what they mixed up to this batter
Oh, on the
on the chicken.
bruh, it hasn't been replicated yet.
No, it hasn't.
I don't care. You know,
It isn't.
they drown their
And
chicken
Calvin
in
did
sauce
not-
and everything.
Calvin did not, it's closed now. CNS closed now.
Yes.
But they stayed open a little while after Calvin passed away, and it just wasn't the same. I don't think Calvin gave the secret away.
He didn't. That
I
was
think Calvin,
that
that
was
went away
planned.
when Calvin
That was
passed away.
planned, like, I
I
ain't
think the
make
secret went away with Calvin.
Right.
Or one of those cooks who was Calvin's family and stuff. One of those old ladies, they didn't tell. They didn't.
Mhm.
They did not give that to the new owners
I
because
know.
I tasted I was like, no, it's
It
not
ain't the same.
Y'all tried.
It ain't the same.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Let me ask you a question.
People always talk about it ain't the same.
It ain't the
I
same.
feel like that's how my grandma
It
used
was
to be
not
with
the same.
Schulers.
It ain't the same.
She was like, it don't taste the
It
same.
don't
Well,
taste the
well, we
same.
don't cook with GMOs no more, grandma. Now shit.
Not, right.
Now the
Not
donuts
the
ain't
same.
got no GMOs.
Yeah, it's not a bunch of lard in there,
Come
Grandma.
on, she was like, it don't taste the same. It don't sit on
They
your
didn't
head.
pour lard in there, Grandma.
I ain't
They
fall
make
asleep
everything.
after I ate one of
That's
these.
why it was so damn good.
I'm like, damn
Well,
it.
you know, I grew up in a time where when we was growing up, kids didn't even get to eat fish
No.
because it had bones in it.
I am
yeah.
so happy that you said that.
They was catching the fish, so they going to get the white bass, the salt
Exactly.
guy, and all that, and the kids running around.
You
and you had to stand there with your mama where she
And get a little bit.
and get a little bit
It was-
because
it's
the
your
fish,
side of the
the fish
family.
bones, the
That
fish
used to
bones get
introduce
caught in
you
your
to stuff.
throat.
Exactly.
And then if you did get one, you had to cram a
break
piece
it.
of bread down your throat and
Eat
get it
bread.
back.
Yeah,
Just
hope
drink
you
some
don't
water.
get sick. Exactly.
And wash that bread, hope the bread catch
And
it.
then go over there and sit your ass down
Yeah.
and get one of them hot dogs.
Yeah.
I already told you.
I say
I
this
know,
all the time.
I know that mustard and that hot sauce is smelling good. You know what I mean? You like, I want some. They're
But
like,
it
this,
ain't for
is,
you.
this ain't for kids.
Exactly.
You know, I remember when fish
Fish
wasn't for
wasn't for
kids.
kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I didn't have ribs until I was 12.
Yeah, all of those
Fish everything.
I ain't
Kids
have
eat-
no ribs, no
kids
fish,
eating
no
crab
none of
legs.
that.
And let me change the
Exactly.
subject.
My 6-year-old knows what crab
They know
legs
what
taste
crab
like.
legs taste like.
Like what? And that's your
That's
family.
crazy.
Again, I'm
My
keep
family,
pointing at you
yeah.
because
It's
Brandon he
bananas.
talk about all the stuff that he ate
Yeah.
at y'all big old family gatherings, and I was like,
We went to
whatever.
Jolly Crab Shack.
Exactly.
I had a crab platter.
That was definitely.
I eat corn on the cob too.
With the sausages and potatoes.
My grandparents were the bestest
You
ever.
know,
Yes.
it's really good.
Yeah.
You know what he's talking about when
Yeah.
he's eating it.
And
You know.
we
All
experimented.
that.
Like they
Ain't
can
no
get
egg.
Man.
Ain't no egg.
Exactly. They do that still. They do that.
egg. They had that.
They do that still. I remember one time we popped over at your grandparents' house
Oh, my
and
God.
he was frying something, and I thought it was fish.
Grandpa was.
I thought it was awful late, you know, with
No,
his
you don't care.
age, you know,
Let me tell you, my grandpa was
Let me try.
like 85, and he would still make wine.
Fall
So, okay,
back,
so
buddy.
that wine,
pig feet, all that.
That wine fermented.
Amazing.
It will put your ass out. It smell like fingernail polish. You only need one little blast.
Yeah.
But he was cooking something in the grease, and I said, I just assumed that it was fish. I thought it was surprising at his age that it was midnight when we stopped by, and he was frying fish.
Yeah.
And then I said, oh, that fish smelled good, but it wasn't done. But he just kept on messing with it. Brandon was like, you know that ain't fish. I said, what was it? He's like, probably one of them critters. He ended up telling me what it was, and it was like, he just said one of them critters he done caught.
Yeah.
So apparently he still had traps in the yard.
Man.
Yeah.
And I
he's
was
frying
like,
him up. He's gonna tear his ass.
it
the hell
smelled
out of
good.
it.
He had some onions in there.
Yeah.
And he was making a gravy.
The possum.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know what it.
Hey.
He didn't even know what it was. He probably done caught up all the pieces. Ooh, it smelled good.
My dad and his brothers and them, they would set them traps, and you wouldn't know. You would have thought it was pulled pork or something, but it was groundhog.
Groundhog. Yeah.
They caught the groundhog, and my uncle like,
Yes,
yeah, the trap caught the groundhog, and it was still alive. So you go out there with the bat, and then boom, and then rabbit, we eat rabbit with the gravy, you know what I mean, all of that.
Yeah, because you got to do it in the gravy to make it soft.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know, so it ain't gamey and all of that.
Tough.
But with this groundhog,
The tear out my eye.
Listen.
That shit
Oh,
with
my
a
God.
bat like that.
Yeah. You gotta come out. Wait a minute.
and at this point, he's irritated and he's trying to bite the shit. The groundhog trying to go at you like it's survival.
Believe
you already know what it is.
Tearing your ass up.
I done been in this trap
So you better come out
48 hours.
like walk, or you to be one with a big ass gouge out your leg. Or
Yeah, and then you got rabies.
Oh, like my
And all of a sudden we're like, put his leg on the grill instead.
Yeah.
Since you done let the
Now
groundhog
you're
get
gonna need
you.
shots in your navel.
Yeah, Jay, you know my grandparents were old school, and my grandfather, he had a construction company, so he built my grandmother a beauty shop that was attached to their garage. You go out in the garage, true survival. My grandparents had shelves all the way around the garage, and it was all just like toilet paper. Like if anything, if there was a storm, they're gonna be okay. There was three deep freezers.
They're ready.
They're ready. My grandpa, there's times I go,
Doomsday
there's
ready.
a deer hanging.
Well,
he done already shaved the deer. And
I think we all have to be ready in some fashion. Because
And
my mom used to make preservatives and everything.
that's what I was doing. My great grandmother
just like
did jellies,
chutneys,
chutneys, the pickles, the cucumbers, all of that.
I think we're coming back around to that.
We would go in the
Because I feel
basement
like right
and
now
get you
we're in
something.
like
They got the dates on it. You
an
know how long it's been
evolution
there.
in regards to black people. There are so many platforms and people, their Instagram or Facebook or YouTube that are talking about gardening. I'm personally getting into gardening. I done already bought. I honestly feel like we're coming back around to that because I feel like we left that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, it's easier. Just go get it at the store.
And we were the ones who grew everything for everyone.
Exactly. Because we had to, and then we
had
had to make all these
it was our job.
delicious cuisines out of the scraps.
I was nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
But we don't need to eat the scraps no more, even though they taste a little bit good. But we don't gotta eat them no more.
Right.
Well,
We
listen,
don't gotta
Jay.
eat the scraps no more.
Here's what I was telling Misha. Me and her have been talking about. You know, COVID-19 in 2020, shutting down everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad thing for people that's already, we at the bottom. You sit back and you look at stories where people get divorced and they don't know, or they lose their career, they don't know what they want to do, and then boom, they want to take themselves up out of here. My thing is this: 2020 brought out the hustler in me.
Yes, and a lot of people. Yes.
How you see this is because we had to stop and slow down to see, hey, this is what you need to do. Concentrate on family and building this and building that.
Who are you?
Listen,
what are you doing?
I created a garden for the wife. She wanted to grow, so we growing vegetables. We got started late in the year, but it was just projects. Turned my garage into a bar. So where like Misha is an inspiration because the studio that she got right here, I'm like, that's what I had envisioned, to do podcasts and just the things we doing down here. But she right down the street from me. This is my sister. We've been messing around for, like we said, 2009, 2010, and all of that. But if that COVID-19 in 2020 made me pull down into myself and say, hey, I'm going to be the one to save my family.
Exactly.
Introduce them to life insurance.
Yes.
Introduce them to, hey, you don't have to be a slave to that job if you got a dream and you cause you cook good or you bake good.
Yeah.
You just need to.
When the going gets rough,
Exactly.
when the going gets tough,
the tough gets going.
The tough get going.
So if you didn't come out of 2020 with some type of additional hustle and you waiting on a stimulus check, I didn't get the second one. I ain't got this one yet.
You wasted it.
I'm not
wasted
worried about that.
Right.
Because all you're gonna do,
You can't be.
all they're gonna do. I seen another meme
It's too
where it was
less.
saying the government. It had the government standing in a flower pot, and then it had the people, which was a black person sitting here, and the government
Representing
is
Black America. Yeah.
pouring stimulus money to the Black America, and we catching it. And we pouring it right back into their economy.
Yeah.
So it's just like, you know what I mean, the government keep growing bigger. We'll give y'all a little something because we know y'all gonna give it back.
You're going to give it back.
Let's give it back to each other.
You're just going to give it back in choice different places. And, you know,
Exactly.
I know it's coming back.
So if you got a pop-up kitchen somewhere,
It's not going to stay in your neighborhood because you have nothing to circulate the money.
if you got a
There's
clothing
so
line,
many black-owned businesses out there. That's why I created my YouTube channel. What Jay say?
Hey.
What Jay say?
What Jay
But
say?
On that
How about
YouTube
that?
channel, I'm basically just, you know how on YouTube they do all these hauls of all these Asian websites where they like, oh, I tried on this outfit from this place or this place.
Yeah.
There's a million black-owned businesses. Like I have black-owned toilet paper, toothbrushes.
you
No, not
about
leaving
it.
yet.
Talk about it.
I've got
Yeah.
black-owned toilet paper. I've got
We
black-owned
need to hear that.
toothbrush,
Amen.
toothpaste, deodorant.
Okay.
My son, my husband, and myself, we take black-owned vitamins by a doctor and her husband that created.
extremely
There's a
important.
million
Please.
things out here.
It's
There's
extremely
black-owned
important.
batteries, light bulbs,
you please share
trash
all of that
bags.
because we want to share that here.
Yes, we do.
Like there's a million places that you can go to as simply as WeBuyBlack.com and you can get
Yeah,
all that
I've
stuff.
been following. I've been
You can
following
get
him
all
for
of
a
that
long
stuff.
time.
Yeah, my
That-
wife and I had.
That's the
as well.
website that inspired me because I'm sitting here thinking like, well, there's a lot of people that want to give back to the community, but they
Right.
don't know exactly how.
How?
Right.
But you can give back by just supporting.
Sure.
You know,
What's that website
Sure.
again?
WeBuyBlack.com. So it's not necessarily.
WeBuyBlack.com.
Some people look at these situations and say this is a small business and they think like, oh, all this money's just going to go to them just in their personal wealth. Whether it does or does not.
Why is
That's
it
going to
you
be
don't
somebody.
care-
That's going to be somebody that you can look up to. You don't know if this small business of this woman that's starting this deodorant, Play Pits. My husband and I, organic deodorant, Play Pits, and it works just as good as the store brand.
Okay.
If you say you support this business, she has children. You never know what them children are going to grow up to be just because you supported this business. That might be the
Right.
doctor that saves
There
your
you go.
life.
True.
They're sitting up in the Japanese and Chinese restaurants and bars all the time. I bet you China Phoenix is packed right now.
I bet you. I bet so too.
I bet you let's go around to China Phoenix right now.
Well, I'm gonna tell
I
you-
guarantee you it's packed.
Everybody.
I'm gonna tell you this.
With who though?
Black people.
Not
Yes.
them getting those
Yes.
zombies.
Well, here's our
Zombies and chicken wings.
And chicken wings.
And
Right now.
here's what we have to realize.
They don't give us back. They don't invest in Black America.
Here's what we have to realize.
That's what we got to realize.
What you were saying.
They won't give
is-
us a quarter or help your children go to college.
Exactly.
But we're putting their kids through
Through
school.
school.
But what you were saying, the whole problem be people pocket watching. So worried about what they making and this and this and that.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey,
That's the self-hate that they taught us.
And it's so hard to get out of that.
He getting too big.
It's hard
There
to
you go.
get out of that because there's so
Yes,
many people
that's the
that
Willie Lynch.
you gotta stay.
And it's still,
You gotta work actively
It's still
to stay out of
persistent
that
today.
mindset.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
It's not an easy thing to just be
Oh, my
like,
God.
oh yeah, I'm gonna support everybody black and it's gonna be easy
They
people.
played it for hundreds of years on us.
Exactly.
So it's gonna take a long time to
Exactly. You gotta
eradicate that
You
out
gotta
of
go
our
out of your
mindsets.
way
Come on.
to support one another. Out
You already
of
know
your
that.
way.
And what I'm
Absolutely.
gonna do right now is I'm gonna pause right here and I'm gonna support this young brother right here,
Yeah.
Nigel. You know what I
Nigel
mean?
Myers.
Nigel Myers.
That's my son.
That's Misha's
nephew
son.
over there.
They learning. Hey, her sons are learning the business.
Yes, indeed.
And they sitting here and I'm like,
Learning equipment, learning how to work
Yeah.
equipment, all the things.
they may not even know. Like I said, this young man been motivated since he got his first job at Wendy's.
Yeah.
You remember
You
that?
Yeah.
He got a paycheck. He got a paycheck, and I used to cut his hair. So he used to come
was
by. He was like, you know,
fine.
man, he was just like, you know, all I'm saying is, can you cut me today or not? You know what I mean? I gotta work. I'm like, hey man, who you talking to like that? You all taller than me right now at
Yeah.
13. This dude
Beat
like,
your ass, man. Beat my hair, man.
he was 16 years old. I'm like, hey
Yep.
man, I might not be the boy. I was
Let
like,
me grab you up.
and he was so tall I could only grab him up by the stomach of his shirt.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean? Ain't no collar game.
Wrinkle that shit up.
Right.
Wrinkle it up.
Nah, but her sons has always been respectful, you know what I mean? And
Oh, no doubt.
and it ain't never been
No
no, you know what I mean, getting smart or nothing like that. They, you know what I
They
mean?
was raised right, man. My
They was
sister
raised
was
right.
right, man. My
You
sister
already
did
know.
a
This
good job.
And
my
I'm
sister.
gonna tell y'all,
Them my nephews, you know what I mean? I'm like,
I
them
was-
my dudes.
Somebody asked me recently, they was like about their dad, and I said, you know what? I got people in my life. I got names. I said, Cool TLC, Stephen G, Dino. I was like, those are people that have been in my life for over 10 years. They knew my kids when they were little. They watched my kids grow up.
That's
I
right.
said, just the other day, we wonder where Stephen G is. He outside for 20 minutes talking to my son,
Right.
who he calls his nephew.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
sure.
and I just literally told somebody
Sure.
that. I said, those are the types of people that my sons have in their lives. They're uncles. That's like their father figures. And I respect that and I appreciate that. For real. Like, you don't, I mean, as a single mom.
That's what we're here for.
y'all don't-
That's what all
yeah.
black men
Thank
should
you.
You already know.
Exactly.
Here for, man.
Because
Oh
y'all
my
been,
God.
like
Last
Taven.
one.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey,
Dino.
last one. Remember when you brought Taven and them over to get their haircut and he was getting ready to go to 6th grade?
I thought about that
And
today.
I was like, how you want your haircut? He was like, I want my name in my head. I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Taven. I'm like,
I thought about that
I was
today.
like, yeah, I ain't really comfortable with doing that. I'm a fade, taper, tight edge. You know what I mean? The
You really
legs and
put
all that.
Jumpman Jordan in nobody's ears yet, and all of that.
But I was
Like the
honest with him.
basketball.
I said, you don't want just I can do a T.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you
I
talking
do
about
the-
Taven,
Yeah.
A's and B's,
Yeah,
and
everything.
I ain't had time to practice that.
Hey, I'm gonna give you the crispiest T.
Yeah.
Capital or lowercase.
And I want to give a shout out real quick to comedian CJ Burney. He's watching us right now, so he's giving us a
CJ
sharing
Burney.
and everything. Thank you,
CJ.
CJ Burney, what's up?
CJ is
What's
actually
up?
on tour with Lavelle Crawford, and he
Oh,
and
my
thank you,
God.
CJ, because he
Tell
gave me
him,
tickets
Pearl,
for
I
our
said what's
birthday.
up.
That's what's up.
Stephen G, you might not remember
Yeah.
me, but Lavelle, I worked with him a few times. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I've never worked with
Hysterical
Lavelle,
guy.
but
Yeah.
tell him I say hello.
Hysterical. He's one.
Right.
Him and Lavelle and Bruce. I can go to their shows and laugh nonstop the whole show.
Oh man.
So yeah, thank you, CJ. Thank you for sharing our content.
I
Thank you
want
for
that
watching.
energy.
We're gonna get you in here. I'm gonna call you this week so we
I
can
want
plan a
that
day.
type of fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
But
Give me the
can
fire.
Can I just say something real quick while I'm here? Because
Okay.
I don't really get a chance to say this.
Please.
And people ask, you know, what made you want to do comedy? You know what I mean? What brought you to this? You know, it really wasn't. I didn't have, you know what I mean? I grew up listening, you know, sneaking, listening to
Richard Pryor.
and Red
Red
Fox and all that. And they be like,
Yeah.
go upstairs, and we on the steps though, and wondering why they laughing and all of that.
Giggling under your breath.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, until somebody come around and go use the bathroom, they on the steps, you know what I mean? Get your ass upstairs, you know, that type of shit. Then we upstairs, you know what I mean?
You got a boogie right upstairs.
Yeah, so now, but we still practicing what we heard.
Uh-huh.
Shh, be quiet. You know what I mean? He said this, you know. So it was that early on. I had always had to fend for myself being the smallest person in the neighborhood. So,
Carry the gun at 7.
I mean, no. Listen to myself. No. All I'm saying is this.
Bro,
All the short jokes, that shit rubbed all the way off. I be like, I probably wrote the last 3 short jokes.
I just thought about something, and I would say, fuck you, Jay, and fuck you, Dino. I remember I put a fucking picture up of me in the 5th grade, and y'all both trying to crackle me. Jay tried to talk about my hands.
Suck your hard.
Dino tried to crackle me.
I felt bad after she was like, I was like, that's not funny. I was like, oh, bro. She doesn't like me anymore. But them shits was big.
When a person says it wasn't funny, that's how you know the shit was funny. So you like, never apologize.
They was trying to crackle me. I'm like, fuck y'all, but it's okay. I didn't hear.
Now, she'll slap them up again the next week.
You know,
Especially if they're laughing at her saying, that wasn't funny.
That was funny. Okay.
And they're cracking the fuck up.
Let me show you what these hands can do.
I'm gonna get your ass low.
Ding, ding, dong. Bing, 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 dong. It is ringing.
Steven, what shows you got coming up? Because I know you got some.
Colorado Springs, Colorado, Denver, Colorado.
Damn. Weed country.
It was fun.
I'll be on
Denver
Weed
is
Country.
fun.
Yeah, Denver's fun. I'll be on Denver the 19th through the 17th through the 20th.
Nice.
Can I ask you a question though? Right now, because I've been, you already know, I've been, like I said, when they asked me, how'd you get into comedy, who wanted you, it was you at the Andrew
Comedy
Ford,
Shop?
yes.
At the comedy
When
shop,
I was so enthralled because you would look like me. You were small, you know what I mean? You look youthful, you know what I mean? I'm like, bro, how did you do it? And you was honest. You was like, nigga, I always been, you know what I mean, cracking in the hood. I just got up here and did that. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I've been tearing these niggas' asses up.
in the hood.
In the hood.
Yeah.
They gonna do the short jokes. I'm talking about your dirty ass socks you done had on for 3 days, or your brother had them on yesterday. Now y'all. So I'm killing motherfuckers like that with the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone first asked me what made, I said it was 2 people that made me. I said besides the cliche of
Richard
and Eddie and Riff, I said up close and personal. I said the first person that ever made me interested in doing comedy was Stephen G. And the person that made me really want to do it, you know what I mean, that like, hey, was Martin Lawrence. So I tell everybody, Stephen G was the first person that I looked up to and that I was actually able to talk to and say, hey, and he wasn't all Hollywood and all, you know, like, nigga, I don't know, you know,
like that.
No.
And a lot of comics have told me
A lot.
like man, we tried to talk to other guys and they're like acting like they're superstars or some shit. We talk to you when you talk to everybody, you give people pointers or whatever. It's no problem. You got time for everybody.
And this is what I wanted to say. I always enjoy being in your company, talking to you, bouncing shit off of you. When I get a chance to perform with you, my confidence is, you know what I mean? I already know my level gotta be up. I already know who I'm ready to bring out. You know what I mean? My team is ready to kill it.
Yeah.
You tell me, you say, hey, here it is. This, you know.
They were surprised the last show we did. They were surprised. They put you out first, and you should have went out right before me. To tell you the truth.
Yeah.
You know.
And I know you're talking about the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Crazy Dave, he invited me back to do it again.
Oh my God! Oh my God! You did a bang up job.
Thank you. And
I'm not exaggerating or embellishing at all.
And
that was a bang up job. That was one of the best jobs I've seen you do.
But the whole thing, like you told me, and I don't even know if you remember this. I used to get mad when they had these open mics and everything like that. This was back when we out at the aquarium on Bryce Road and all of that, before they moved across the street and got the better facility, but back off Scarborough and all that.
Right.
And I used to get mad because they would always be like, you gonna go first, or you gonna go second.
Yeah.
But I knew that these dudes that was going third, fourth, and fifth wasn't not funnier than me.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'm like, you got a dude going fifth and you made me go second and this dude pull out his notes on fucking stage? Are you serious?
Man.
I'm like, you gotta at least have some proof to try to memorize your shit, not the, let me see
we
here.
were talking about that, Steven.
I used to go get
So this is
a
something
standing
you guys have to
ovation.
deal with. Man.
Yeah, I go get a
listen.
standing ovation when they used to do me like that.
Well, listen.
Like we'll all be out of town,
And
and
this-
I'll go first. I'll go get a standing ovation in 20 minutes.
And this
15 minutes.
And I'm saying this to say that. He just said that. This was the advice that he gave me so many years ago. He said, hey, if you know you funnier than these dudes, and the promoters are sleeping on you, or whoever throwing the show,
Go out and kill.
he said, go out and kill it. If they're going to make you go first, he said, bruh, this joke that you do right here, this one, do that one, do that one, and do that one.
Right.
3 of them.
Right out top.
You gonna give them 2 minutes
Right
apiece
at the
on
top.
each one.
Yeah, right out the
6
top.
minutes. And then even if the crowd's still laughing and one more and you still got more, leave them.
Leave them.
Say, hey, y'all been great. I've been Big Dino, your neighborhood hero, I'm out. He said, watch how the second and third nigga crumble.
Yeah.
He said, and watch how the promoter the next time you come,
They're gonna boost you
now
up.
you fifth.
Yeah. Now they're gonna boost you up. Yeah.
But-
So that's how that works.
Because you
But-
want to go at the end. I'm
Yeah,
assuming
well,
that's what
No,
you
that's the
wanna
one that
work-
gets the money.
You want to work
The
your way up the
headliner
headliner.
Oh, yeah, I see.
If I feature and I go before Stephen G, then there's a chance that someone may be having a show with a lesser budget or whatever to be like they can't afford Stephen G.
Yeah,
Be like,
they can afford
this
you.
that can
And he
afford
can
me.
headline. You know what I mean?
So now I can headline. Yeah, but then
They might not have $20 a minute, but they might have $10 a minute.
exactly.
And comics we get paid by the minute.
Okay.
So I tell comics that all the time. They never even know. I tell young comics that we get paid by the minute, and it's people that's getting $1,000 a minute. Excuse me. Right now.
Right now.
There's people getting $1,000 every minute that goes by. Now, $20 a minute is really good money.
Yes, it is.
I'm not going to sneeze at that.
Yeah.
at all.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
But 100 and 1,000, whoo.
I appreciated this exchange between the two. You just simply giving him praise and thanks
Oh yeah.
Well,
for being him and just kind of stepping out and just
Listen.
sharing.
This
And
happened.
giving back.
This happened
I've always done it.
21 years ago.
Yeah.
I did this on a dare at a club in 2000. This was my neighborhood bar. It was called the C Note. You know what I mean? Good
C Note.
times up on
Right.
Carl Road and all of
We used to
that.
have the most fun.
The most fun.
The comedy club was right across the street from there.
Oh,
You know, like right across and down the street from there. So we would leave the comedy club and go over there and do comedy again.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, later night comedy. Oh, it was great.
I
Greatest
like
thing
that.
ever.
Sound like
And,
it.
you
Yeah,
know,
this city
so-
from Columbus, Ohio,
so this
it was almost New Yorkish.
Yeah,
because
because-
we didn't have several clubs they hit.
No.
So you go to New York, you could do 4 shows in a night.
Right.
You know, you can club jump, club hop, we call it. You know, you club hop. But here
And-
we had 2 clubs.
Yeah,
Oh my
but-
God!
And this one, the later one was the Dope Boy. You know what I mean? That's where
Sure.
all
It
the
went
street
down.
cats.
It went down.
It went down.
It went down.
So I ended up, you know what I mean, like I said, meeting him, you know what I mean, up there, and just I'd already been following him from, you know what I mean, the Comedy Stop, you know what I mean, or whatever, and he had always been cool, you know what I mean. So every time I seen him, it was like, hey, and I'm like, man, I want to, you know what I mean. So he made it to where I was able to meet Rudy Ray Moore.
Nice. That's dope.
You know what I mean? Stephen G was the reason why I got to meet Dolomite and
Right.
sit in a room
Right.
this size
Kicking
with the
it.
3 of us kicking it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just chopping it up, and I'm like, this is what I want to do. He like, and they both sharing shit with me. Like, look, it ain't gonna be easy. You gonna yes.
What you have
What
to
to
do
do is,
is
I wasn't always
Stay
doing
on.
this
Get your
shit.
paper early.
Yeah.
because
The motherfuckers are gonna try to.
They
They gonna, yep.
I love Rudy Ray Moore, man.
Yes.
He's one of my favorite guys.
Yes.
Oh my God.
And this is why I say
Oh, my
I
God.
don't care. TV don't make the funniest comedians.
Oh, no.
You see what I'm saying?
No.
Just like
No,
the
they
best basketball players and football players aren't
You probably
in the
never seen
NFL,
it.
you never seen
probably
it.
seen
They
that.
done had a bum deal
Yeah.
somewhere. They might be in jail. You know what I mean? They might have an injury. You know,
Yeah, or
whatever else. But that's not on some real shit. You'll go to prison and see some of the best artists that you've ever seen, and you be like, damn, how come you ain't never?
Musicians.
And they was like,
Musicians
when I'm out in the streets, I'm getting money.
When we did a prison
I ain't
show,
sitting around.
the musicians are so cold in this prison. We're like, why you guys in here?
Yeah.
I'm like,
And you
oh my
brought that
God.
up. You brought that up earlier in regards to like the young people just want to sell drugs, the girls just
Yeah,
want to strip.
strip,
I feel
uh-huh.
like, especially in regards to like the young men, it's and the young women. If you want to strip. But if you want to do the goal,
But do it for a
temporary
springboard.
man, use that. That's how you use.
Trampoline yourself.
Trampoline, you do that if that's your ultimate, like this your last resort. You gotta do this extreme, sell drugs,
Yeah.
strip.
Right.
Use that and then allow it to take you to another space
Sure.
and then let
it
it go.
should be temporary.
That's how also I always think about government assistance. It's only supposed to assist you to get to the next
Temporary.
level.
It should be
But
temporary.
folks out here living their best life, and I'm like, how you got more money than me, and I'm still, and your kids are grown,
Yeah,
and
you
you're
got
still
penny
on
bags.
Section 8. Y'all got all the newest shoes,
Even when you say
Bags
government
and
assistance,
all the crab,
I'm mad at you.
king
That's-
crab on top
listen.
of that.
that government assistance, it's the same.
I hear women talking
It's the
about women
same
all the
thing.
time. Like, look at this lazy bitch here.
Listen,
I'm jealous. I
Hey,
ain't gonna hold you.
that-
Let me hold that EBT.
Jay, the government assistance you was talking about, it's the same thing as a serial bank robber.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker might get away with 1 or 2 bank robberies. The odds are great with that.
Yeah.
But when you be
Yeah.
like, what you gonna do when that money gone? Nigga, I'm gonna go rob another motherfucking bank.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
now you're making robbing banks your job.
Exactly.
It's not gonna work.
You could have just got away with robbing 2 banks and been flush if you had another fucking business plan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this and buy me a food truck.
It's a bank. What's the payday loans? That's what it's
Payday loans,
that's what it's
that
like.
is.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get one, and
Yeah,
then
you
you gotta get another
keep
one to pay
going.
that one.
Keep
And then you
I
going.
got this one, like, credit union, teachers credit union thing, they don't even got no I'm not trying to say that or tell nobody what to do, but
that's what people say. Right.
Right.
I ain't trying to blow up your scene, but
Yeah.
we're so easy.
They tell you
They
what
got
to
the
do.
money right behind a desk, like right behind. It's so easy. Now I'm not trying to tell nobody what to do or nothing, but if anybody had the balls to just jump over the counter, I'm like, I was like, this is too open. This is too open.
You're
Like, I wouldn't even work in here. I was like, I wasn't working here. Are you crazy? I'm a horrible. Wait till somebody finds out. Wait till somebody finds out they have money right behind that.
and everybody
The
got
other
a
side of
friend.
this table.
They'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, what day you work? Don't come up there while I'm up
I was in there with a
Don't come up
teacher
there.
friend of mine. I won't mention her name. I was up there with
Of
a
course
teacher
you
friend of
won't.
mine.
Miss-
You never do.
And
They know about a lot of people, but they don't know about it.
Yeah. But I was sitting there like, are you kidding me? This wasn't even like a bank. It's the teacher credit union. It's not like a bank or anything. They don't have things up or.
It's just, if I tell you I
I
got a lot
said,
of
wow, if I needed some money right now.
The teachers.
No, I would never do it.
I'm just,
Because, I've never been to.
Don't do it.
Well, to prison.
Don't
I've never been to
do
prison. I've been to jail before. Downtown, but I've never been to prison.
I've been in a
Other
holding cell
than-
once.
Yeah, I've been in a
That was
holding
scary
cell.
as fuck.
You been in a
I
holding
must
cell?
say, I was in a holding cell, so long story short, so right when I turned 18.
You were scared as hell, wasn't you?
Right when I turned 18, I went to the first season football game down in Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, Springfield.
And when you first turn 18, and I mean, you got a job, but you don't really know what to do with your life because your life has always been consumed with school. So this is my first year out. I didn't know what to do, so I'm gonna be the cool kid out of school at the football game.
Uh-huh.
So I go to the football
Got in
game.
jail and barred.
And here the damn thing is, my friend, she gets in a little confrontation going back and forth. I don't care what's going on.
Yeah.
As long as you don't hit my friend.
Yeah,
But my
it's
friend,
cool.
but the girl that my friend is arguing with, she's talking a lot of shit. Every time we hold my friend back, she's like, yeah, bitch, and another thing. And I was like,
Let me let this bitch go. Let me let her friend go.
Let's see what's happening.
I'm
Let
not
the pit bull
necessarily-
off the leash.
I'm not necessarily a fighter, but I'm a jokester. So I'm making jokes, everybody laughing. Of course, there's a crowd outside of the football game, so everybody's laughing. I'm making jokes. Oh, you over here talking stuff to her. She's so much smaller than you.
Classic
And I don't know what happened, but she got mad at me. And she said, something, all I remember is her saying bitch. And then I blacked out.
That's
And
how
I
y'all
pulled
do.
my hand.
That's how y'all do.
And I pulled my
That's
hand back,
it.
and there was blood there.
She was mad.
There was
that's what
blood
we
there, and her face was bloody. And I said, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
everybody was like, Jaylene, you should run. So I ran. Where I ran, I don't know. I just ran up the street. I lived my life after that. Everybody thought it was over. I kept calling. And do I got a warrant?
She got mad.
No, I don't got no
all kind of fat
warrant.
bitches. She got mad.
Apparently I
mad.
did. Apparently I called her lots of names, and she didn't like it, so she did call me out my name.
Did you black out?
I blacked out in the
13
moment that
three-piece
she called me,
eating.
and
That's
she
what you
called me out
call,
my
and then
name.
you have to
I
eat
blacked
it with a
out.
three-piece.
I didn't know. I
If
didn't
you
know.
call her as three-piece eating.
This isn't my personality. So long story short, she fouls the charge against me the very last day.
Of the
The
statute.
the very last day.
Limitations.
So I didn't know.
Limitations,
So
yeah.
I'm riding around, you know what I'm saying? And I'm riding around, and I'm about to go pick up my dad, because my dad got a bucket, but his bucket died at work. Okay.
So you gotta come and get him.
I'm about to go pick my dad up in the middle of the night.
Okay.
I'm taking my braids out. I got cornrows. I got half my hair out and
So
half braided.
so it's curly on one side.
Oh,
then,
it's
right?
cute on one side, but not so cute on the other, right? So
Dad
I'm
works second shift, so you're on the way to get him.
Yes. So I'm riding.
Looking like Harley
and
Quinn.
Boom, that part. And so my dad never actually bolted my license plates on the back of my car, so they was in the back
I
window.
don't
They
know.
slid when I turned,
Uh-oh.
okay? And the 5 was behind me.
Oh.
And they pulled me over on the hottest street in Springfield. If you're in Springfield, Pleasant. They pulled me over on Pleasant.
no.
Every crackhead is
It's
on
on
Pleasant.
Pleasant.
And if
Pleasant.
one crackhead see you, your mama gonna hear
Oh,
about
hell
it.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah,
So they
that's right.
pulled me over. I don't think no biggie. I don't care about this. They pulled me over and they said, let me see your license. So they go back, and all I hear is the dispatch come back. We got a domestic abuse, some type of assault. And I was like, they ain't talking about me. I'm just sitting there. He
Weapon
said,
under this
he was like-
gallery.
he was like, man, let me see your keys and step out of the car. And I just remember, like, am I about to go to jail? And I didn't know why I was going to jail. They take me downtown, and I'm not in presentable clothes. I'll add that part too.
Yeah.
Okay,
What you have?
so I had a long t-shirt on. I did have shorts, but you couldn't see the shorts because of my
Yeah,
long
just
t-shirt.
long
I was going to bed. I was
So
taking my
like-
braids out,
Yeah.
living my life. I didn't know I was going to jail.
T-shirt,
Without
miniskirt.
line.
She's taking my picture with half my hair
Yeah, she's out
out.
here selling.
She's a whore. We got one. She's a newbie. New to the streets. She doesn't know this isn't the corner
She
to
don't
be
know
on. Bless her.
You think she belongs to T-Bone or not?
Oh my God. That was the scariest
Yes,
night
you
of my
got one.
life. They tried to put me in the cell with all these drunk men. I just remember going in there, and she was like, go ahead. And I was like, no ma'am, no ma'am.
Yeah, Springfield, you gotta go in there, all y'all gotta get in
I'm
the same
pushing her
cell.
back.
They
I'm
don't have
pushing her
female
back.
and male cells.
You know what?
And not the tank.
There was a black
Mayberry.
lady. There was one black
That's
lady.
Mayberry.
There was a
That was
black lady
Mayberry.
behind the desk, and she said, "Don't make her go in there." And then the white lady's like, "Okay."
Okay.
So she
She's
stood my ass in the floor.
higher,
This bitch
across
wanted,
the
she
back.
wanted some enjoyment
Yeah.
out of this
I was
shit.
scared as hell. She
Don't you
stuck me
make
in the
any
corner
noise.
for 5 hours. I
You
stood
sit
in the
over here
corner,
with your
got my
back.
picture taken, my fingerprints, and then the woman that was doing the fingerprints, she pulled up my uncle's name. Now my last name is a very popular name in the judicial system, and I said, "You better not put my shit under his name. I don't know what the fuck he got going on." She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's not you.
It's
No, that
not
ain't.
him.
I'm not
Yeah.
kin to that man. Don't put me under that man's
Yeah,
name."
been to jail 17 times. Hell no, I don't even know him.
Never. Last name the same? No, don't know him. I stood in that corner for 5 hours, and then they let me go at 3 o'clock in the morning and told me to walk home. And I walked home, and I did look like that hoe, because I looked like I just had a t-shirt on,
Yeah.
walking, strutting, and I was
Did you get any offers home?
You should have wrapped it up and act like you was
I did.
jogging.
I did get a couple of
You working out and shit.
Nobody-
That's how you should have did it.
Nobody works out in Springfield.
What was the street? What was the street?
I was
Especially like
the
Pleasant.
hottest street.
Hey,
The
that sounds like
hottest
someplace you can get
The hottest.
some pleasantries.
So I get home, my dad somehow made it home. Nobody asked me where I was. I said, do you
At all.
care where I was?
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I was in
And my
jail.
mom,
You come
I
in
said,
the door
I
and
was in
damn, that
jail.
took you a
And my
long
mom-
ass time.
My mom
That's
goes,
all they said.
she said, that's what the fuck happened when you become
That
an
took your
adult.
ass forever.
She didn't even say I'm sorry. She said that's what the fuck happened when you become a dog.
Hey,
Shit.
have you been
You
back
just found
since?
out from the
Hell
start.
no.
You see
You
what I'm
was in
saying?
jail and everything.
I ain't built for that shit.
Right.
What's that hard?
Hey, that's why they gave you that silent
98
lesson.
Olds Cutlass.
So did your dad drive
98 Ounce
it, or
Cutlass.
they
It sat on hot ass Pleasant, and
That motherfucker start every
I
morning
remember
in
begging the police
Antarctica.
officer. I said, "Please lock it up. You know where my car is. Lock it up, please." He said, "Well, how you?" Well, and I had a messed up little car door, so you had to go through the back seat, the front seat, trying to lock everything. I said, "Please lock it up. You know where you leave my car at. You know where you leave my car at." I ain't gonna tell y'all the embarrassing part, but there was an embarrassing part.
Go ahead.
Did you ever get back to the car?
I did make it back to the car the
Was
next
it
day.
was it still?
Yeah, it was still.
No,
it
we
was
do
still-
want to hear the embarrassing
But
part.
yeah,
Okay,
we
so,
want to hear
you know
that.
what?
Definitely.
I was warming her up into it just
So
so
the
she thought she was
embarrassing
getting
part.
ready to leave.
So I'll just indulge. Okay. So as many may know, when it comes to the breastises, I don't have big breastises. So I bought some of those breast enhancement pills between a friend and I, and we went half and half. They was $19.95 plus $5.95 for shipping and handling,
Wow.
and we went half and half. So she gave me a sandwich baggie of these pills. So when I initially got pulled over, those pills were sitting there in the motherfucking cup holder, and he was like, "What are those? What are those?" I was like, "Oh, they're titties!"
Those are Oxycontin, aren't they?
And once I said that, he was like,
No
"I
titty
believe you.
pills.
I believe you."
Yeah, I believe you right
But I
away.
was so embarrassed.
Did you ever get to take one?
They are titty
I never got to
pills.
try them. Never got to try them. Shit was right milk thick.
let me ask you a question. The friend that you went half with, were there any enhancements?
No.
Oh, so y'all got good.
She did say it made her shit a lot though, but
See,
if flushes are
she took a lax
I like
with her.
it. Yeah.
Thinking she getting ready to
You
get
can't put what you
titties.
buy. You know.
no infomercials, they'll get you.
They'll get you
You
every
be
time.
up late and desperate, okay?
Yep.
You
I
like,
can do that.
"Ooh,
Try them."
Hey,
this shit was probably milk thick.
one guy saved you from some stuff.
Man,
Yes, he will.
man,
Yes, he will.
You had to get pulled over.
man.
But you ain't take.
I blame the whole thing on my dad. I said if you would have bolted them motherfucking plates on my car already and I didn't have to put them in the window.
That was nice of
And
you to
then-
buy your dad a car for his birthday.
Oh yeah,
I
my
did
dad
that.
turned 65 on 3/6.
Nice.
I bought him
years
a
old.
car and surprised him, and
How about that?
What kind of car was it? It was a new Malibu, right?
Oh yeah, it was a 2018 Malibu.
That's so nice.
He was going through a little heart palpitation for the next couple of days. I said, well,
Was
damn
it
shit
really?
now. I
He
should
was-
have surprised you.
Really,
I
really
didn't know you was
surprised.
weak like this.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, baby, my heart just been out of rhythm all week. I
Out of
said,
rhythm?
well, then sit your ass down somewhere. This
Because-
wasn't what, took him out to get him a nice little Olive Garden. You say, get him dessert. He got him a double gin, a double C Rex. Okay, it was good.
Hey, you know what?
Moving inside.
You're doing something a little better than what I'm doing in the comedy. Because
She bought her parents a car.
you're buying your parents
A whole
car. And
I ain't gonna say, okay, so after I bought the car, also, they paid their security deposit and
all I'm saying
the
is-
washer and the dryer and the deep freezer, and
we
you
act.
keep going.
all I'm saying is we act. Any of them plays or whatever, movies you got jumping off,
Yeah, you like think about
holler at us. What we gonna do?
Hey.
We'll be the new Lenny and Squiggy.
Yeah.
If you need some new talent, all you have to do is just pick up the phone and just call.
Hello. They come at you like,
That's all you have to do.
That's it. That's it. So whenever you got some
Hey.
shit and you need some funny niggas to come through,
Yeah, come on now.
you like, hey, can y'all go come
Keep us in
through?
mind,
And-
Jay.
Yes.
Keep us in mind.
Hey.
Yes, come on.
Cause
This is
now-
good. Even
now-
big Dino.
You know what, Jay? Now I'm feeling like you're the drug dealer. Stephen G was always like, oh, you was gonna do all type of risque shit. I'm like, yeah, you know me. Well, stop, man.
Hey, I got
No.
little
I'm just
weight.
Taking
wait.
chances.
I'm
Little weight, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying. I'm listening to shit, and I'm like, what the fuck do Jay do?
Yeah,
She has, she has
Jay's been taking
beautiful,
chances.
she has a beautiful house too. I'll say that.
Yes,
Very beautiful
yes,
house.
a blessing on top. Because
Yep.
if you would have known where I started from, you would have never known.
That's a beautiful thing.
A lot of motherfuckers don't think I work. I said, well, how did I do all this
Hey,
shit?
that'd be the great thing, though. They be like, you just be kicking, and I'm like,
I got a
no.
job too.
Well, my neighbor just asked me, yesterday, was it, 2 days
See,
ago?
you moved, I know where you moved
So you
to,
must work nights.
cause they've been watching you.
Yep.
Cause we talked
So
about
I'm in the
that.
yard.
They're like,
I'm in the yard.
how can they afford that house?
Yeah.
Those are black
Exactly.
people that live next door to
I'm
us.
in the yard, like cleaning up, breaking up some stuff, some stuff that blew around and everything.
Yeah.
And so, and getting some old, bushes up,
Yeah.
some stuff that that was planted last year. That's not, that you have to plant that annual.
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
not,
perennial.
yeah.
So you have to plant them and dig them up and plant them again, and new flowers.
Yep.
So, so she's out there, and we engage and start conversing with her, and eventually, and I knew she came over here to talk about something. And white people are like this.
They want to see who the
They
fuck you
want to
are.
know who you are, what you do.
What do you do?
What do you do for a living?
If you're too secret, I'm gonna be in your shit every day. Just, my husband wanted to know.
I wanted to say, you and your husband don't do drugs, do you? I wanted to just throw her for a loop first, but I knew not to even be,
be you.
she wouldn't take my sarcasm.
Don't be you.
So I just
It's
told
probably
her,
worse for the wife.
Like, you must work nights.
Be
I
a
said,
nosy.
well, sorta. I'm a stand-up comic. I've been doing stand-up for 29 years.
Oh, you're the funny guy.
And that explains it. It's a beautiful, oh my God, and then, all up into that.
She still
But
went
you
home
just
and
really
said,
wanted to know.
Lord, how
She's planning her first fucking cookout to try to see if he's really telling the fucking truth.
Yeah, but I'm not free.
She's gonna ask you to turn it
they're
on.
gonna
Be
free.
money.
I don't give a shit.
They're gonna pay him.
Yeah.
And he is gonna have a whole new neighborhood circuit.
Right?
For fucking $2,000 gigs.
I
I'll
love it.
fucking blow your cookout up.
I would love it.
For fucking $1,000, you know, and I'm gonna give you an
Everybody's
hour.
backyard is really huge.
Oh my goodness.
That would
I
be
live in a
dope.
cul-de-sac. Like,
Bring me. Did
the
you
houses
say?
are like, I'll say maybe 20 yards apart.
Wow.
Because we have 4 houses in our
And-
cul-de-sac,
Okay.
and it's really big, and they're about 25 yards apart from each
Man.
house.
And when you get tired, just say, hey, I have someone else. It's not gonna be a
So I'm on an acre and a half.
It might be 4 or 5 acres.
I'm on like a half an acre in back of me.
Wow.
In back of me.
Nice.
So that's what I'm talking about with the garden. You're talking about the garden. I got rabbits and deer all back here, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That-
If you need meat, you can get it.
It would be, yeah, you're right, but it would be impossible to do a garden, or I would have to do one off the ground and have it all fenced in like everything.
They gonna come eat
all
your
wired
shit.
in, or they would eat
They
it.
gonna
But,
come
oh my
eat your
God, I got too much shit back there.
That was my first garden. Squirrels ate all my shit. Strawberries, you know,
Everything.
I'm doing
Feels like
kale.
appreciate you.
Hey, I'm doing kale, peppers, you know what I mean?
They said,
Squirrels is back
can we
there.
do blueberries next year?
I've got too many squirrels.
Put the camera out here. I need to know what's
Rabbits.
going on.
I've
These
got too
motherfuckers is out here. I'm like,
Yeah, it's too many. It's way too many. It's
Yeah.
way too flipping many.
Well, we are at time, but before we
We're
say
at time, get out of here.
yeah. So Jay, tell
We're
us
at time.
where can we find you at on social media?
Well,
Wow, we talked this time away that quick?
Yeah, I know, right? It's
that's how you know when you
show's
got
great.
good shit,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
content,
Yeah, good content.
and when it's family,
Great conversation.
you already know.
oh yeah. So on my social medias, I would direct you to my Instagram and Facebook. What Jay Say.
What Jay Say.
What Jay Say. So basically, these are my platforms that I use to promote Black-owned businesses, products, and/or services that I also direct to my YouTube channel, just to kind of bring more awareness. I'm not doing any particular real reviews on these products, just kind of just showing you that there's stuff out there that Black people make that we use every day that I would like everybody else to give a try.
Right.
Okay.
No doubt.
So definitely
We
look into
appreciate
that.
that. Yeah.
Definitely
We
look
appreciate
into
that.
that.
No
And
doubt.
also Michael Anthony Productions, which is the production company from Youngstown that I'm also a part of.
Nice.
So definitely
Youngstown,
look into
Ohio.
that. Youngstown.
Ohio.
Springfield 93798.
Yes, indeed. Springfield in the house. Ohio in the house. Ohio
Yes.
is definitely in the
You already know how we do it.
Ohio State Buckeyes.
Ooh, ooh.
Justin Field Pro Day.
Yeah,
Out of
killed
this
it.
world. He
Killed
killed
it.
it. He smashed.
Yeah.
What can you say?
What can you say?
You already know
Dino,
it.
Dino, where can we find you at on social media?
Man, you can find me on Instagram, Big Dino 614.
Big
I'm on
Dino 614.
yes. On
Yes,
Facebook, I'm Damon Big Dino Hughes.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, we have our business on TikTok where we do our pallet flipping and all that. We call ourselves Flipaholics.
Nice.
She also has
You know, get in the habit of saying my wife and I.
my wife and I.
Because I said me and my wife one time, and my wife was like, when we got back to the car, my wife and I, babe.
But
You didn't say it right.
Yeah,
I'm like,
my-
what the fuck is you talking about?
I said me and my wife.
But it
I said
sounds
me and you.
better. It sounds better.
Sounds better.
My wife and I,
Yeah.
we have a business together where we flip pallets and we do drop shipping and all that, and we call ourselves Flipaholics.
There you
Shout
go.
out to V.
You already know that.
Hey, we love you,
We love you,
girl.
V.
Love you,
Yep.
baby.
I just got.
So-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, we do that, and like I said, social media, Big Dino 614 on Instagram, Damon Big Dino Hughes on Facebook, and Flipaholics on TikTok and YouTube.
And
So,
YouTube.
No doubt, no doubt.
what,
Thanks,
what y'all got going on?
Thanks to
Let 'em
Dayton,
know.
Ohio. Just past week, I was there. Club 937. Thank you for having me there. Comedian T. Ray Sanders. Thank you, brother.
T. Ray.
Yes, my dude.
I love him.
That was great.
That's my dude.
Great. I'll be in Indianapolis on the 23rd. I'll be in, of course, Colorado from the 19th or 17th to the 20th. And just some other things that are rolling and shaking right now that's in the air. I won't say it because they haven't sent any deposit money yet.
Right.
As of yet. So
Yep.
when they send deposit money, I can shout you out. How about that?
Amen.
Can I ask one more question, man?
Sure.
Because you just brought this up, and you brought it up earlier, and the thought slipped away. Is there someone specifically that you deal with? How do you get these dates out of town? Because I can't get a fucking date in Pickerington from
I've been doing this for 30 years.
I know you have, but what I'm saying is, does the great Stephen G have a manager, a promoter, or do you do this
That's
yourself?
God. That's God.
God's your manager.
God is my manager.
He's
my
got-
So you do it all by yourself.
So people just find your fucking phone number and say Stephen G.
From other people.
Oh, you.
From other people mainly,
And-
or from seeing me on something.
Like suggestions.
So you have cut.
Recommendations.
So you have cut.
Mainly from recommendations. I
You've
put most
cut the
of my work
manager. You've cut the manager and all
totally
that.
out.
You talk to them.
Totally
I'm sorry.
out.
You talk to them and you say, "Hey, this is what I need for this amount of money. This is what I need. Fly me in. I need
Sure.
this. I need to stay here. I need to
Sure.
stay there."
Put me in a hotel that's in the inside that has a desk, and the hotel's inside.
Yep.
Don't put me in a hotel where the door is outside.
Yeah, it's a motel.
The door- the
where somebody
motel
can just
leads to outside.
just
No.
come through.
Don't
and
you
be
dare.
like, yeah.
Don't you dare.
I need to be inside to where
I need
you
to be
can't
inside
get
and
to
very
me.
secure.
Right.
I need to be in a secure facility.
I
You
got
know
you.
what I mean? That's number one. Number two, I need half of the money before I get there.
Got you.
That's lets me know you're serious about the show. I'm going to show up.
I need to ask
And a
all of
deposit.
this. This is the why.
A
This is the why.
deposit, when you receive deposit money, it's just as good as a contract. So you tell all promoters that. You don't worry about the contract, send deposit money. That's just as good as a contract. Even better. You have the little sticker or the ticket or whatever, the receipt, that you send me that money, you can sue me just with that. So get your deposit money. If they don't want to send deposit money, you're not that serious.
Man,
I can't take you serious.
Man, Stephen G, thank you. That's them little tidbits and them jewels that we need every week for the other person that don't know how to get there, or that next step, or because again, before all this social media and all this, these are the things that you were sharing with me.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And you know, that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you were sharing that, and you've learned so much, and you know.
And I'm going to add this.
You haven't put an e-book together yet?
Not yet. I want to say this to the young comics. Don't go to the major comedy clubs to try to do open mic or to try to get funny. Go to other places. When you go to these major venues for comedy, you want to be already seasoned. They are not going to respect you seeing your progress and wanting you. Believe me, they're going to take it. Even if they do, they're not going to respect your progress. They're not. They saw you as not that good, and then you get good, and then hey, usually it's not going to pan out like that. You need to go get good somewhere else.
Thank you.
Not up at the Funny Bone or at Gold Bananas or Hilarities and Jokers. You don't want to make your bones in those places unless you're already good enough to just be the host.
So how will they know that where you are in regards to like when you're ready? So you've done these small, you know, mom and pop type of comedy
well, you
clubs.
can do. I'm sorry. You can do the open mics there.
Okay.
In those places.
Okay.
You know, but don't do 5-minute guest spots and just to be in front of big crowds.
Okay.
Don't do that. Just to be seen in front of a lot of people. Wait till you're good enough. Wait till you're good enough, because your comedy, that you won't have to sweat them. They'll sweat you to do the time. They're not sweating you to do the time. They're not respecting you as a comic. You know what I mean?
Yes.
If they're telling you need to sell tickets to be on this stage, they're not respecting you as a comic. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for pointing that out, and I think this is the reason why I have.
They want you to be promoter and comic. They don't respect you as a comic.
And this is what I'm gonna say. Not to shit on anybody else,
right?
But anybody's ever asked me what happened. How come you haven't? I said, listen, I had a taste of that Funny Bone, and that's not the epitome. I've had way more successful shows at birthday parties, weddings, you know what I mean, private things to where I've made more money than going here to where someone is I left the dope game back when it was doing it 89, 90, when when a nigga was giving you $100 worth of dope and saying, bring me back 75, you keep 25. So you out there all night because you want to make $100, and you done already took him almost $400.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I felt like. That's what that was like. And as a grown man, I didn't want that.
Yeah.
I want you to sell. I'm gonna give you 20 tickets to sell to your people for $25.
Yeah.
And then when I get there and I invite all my people and family, you talking about give me 4 minutes like I'm a fucking microwave dinner. I got my mama, my aunt, and all them out here.
Do 4 or 5 minutes.
But you taking my money.
Yeah.
Along with these other local comedians' money.
Seats. Yeah.
Yeah. But you're giving it to the headliner.
Sure.
He getting the $3,000, and all I want really is the time.
Yeah.
So then you get mad at me because now I'm known as a time stiller. I step on other people's time. Why? Because I sit up there and I pretend. I'm like, oh yeah, 3 minutes is cool, but no, I'm not a microwave dinner.
Yeah.
I'm a storyteller. It may take me 3 minutes to set my joke up, but the punchline gonna kill you. But if you talking about you flashing me when I'm in the middle of my shit, you know what I mean, and I'm supposed to respond to it, then you're mad at me because I complete my joke and I've went over my time. What you say, 2-3 minutes.
Let me say this. There's too many comics that care more about the glitz and glamour than they do about getting better as a comic and take comedy really seriously. They want the pictures afterward and the hanging around and the camaraderie
I'm cool on
that
that.
comes, the girls or whatever that comes along with that. They are not really in the game of just want to really make people laugh. They want to be seen more than they want to really deliver something, you know? And you should want to deliver that for free at first. But when you get good enough, you know you're good enough, you should want to be paid like everybody else.
And here's my thing. When you come to me and say, hey, I'm trying to start this up, I'm doing my own, you know, trying to do this, I don't really have a budget, I got enough to pay the DJ maybe, you know, we gonna do that. And I'm saying, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna do that, help you with your first show or whatever else. But then after your second, third show, when I know you making money now and you don't come back around to me and say, let me invite you back to do a set where I can pay you, then all you're doing is using every comedian that, I'm starting out, because you don't want to pay nobody. And that's what ain't cool.
Yeah, they got amateur comics on professional night. And you're really doing them a service like that. Come on, man. Come on.
Really, what you have right now is where when we came up, there was a pecking order, and you had to earn your bones, and people had to actually recommend you, and hey, you need to holler at him, and this is that. Now, cats can create their own shows to where they making themselves the host. They making themselves the host. Because they able to sell it to the people that they work with.
People don't care about the integrity of the show. The people who own the places, they just care about asses in the stage.
They care about asses in the stage.
They don't care about the integrity.
So now, guess what? I've never earned that right to say I'm a host. I've done that, but guess what? Now I'm throwing my own show, and guess who's the headlining comedian? Me.
Yep.
Because it's my money.
It's your money.
It's my show. Your boy done made it the headliner. He done did this. I got my, my peoples, did this and that.
Because it's like you can create your own platform.
Your own narrative. As long as you financing that shit, you can act like
you the host. You can be the host or the headliner.
Yep.
You can put together your own shows every week, every month, and you can host the show yourself. Hey, we're SlapStik Radio. We've gone over a bit. Thank you all so much for listening.
Yep, and Dino signing off, but let me tell y'all 2 shows I got to mention. Next week, I'll actually be with B-Flat from April 6th through the 8th.
B-Flat, funniest name from Philadelphia.
Love her. I'll be in Philly working with her. Another show I have to mention, shout out to comedian Eddie Bryant. Eddie has a hot show coming up on April 17th.
Eddie,
and it's
what's up?
different. Listen to what Eddie's doing. So Eddie's out in D.C. He has a comedy concert. And what it is he has a band playing go-go music. He has Devin the Dude coming in to rap. And Joe Claire is going to host the show.
Wow.
So I think I'm going to hit
Joe Cleese.
Joe Cleese, shout out. So that's going to be a hot show.
Shout out to Joe Cleese.
There's some different type of comedy shows that he's bringing, but Eddie's done a lot of shows. He knows what he's doing, so this is going to be hot. The
I told you Joe Claire gave me $100 just to hang out with him.
Yeah, I love Joe Claire.
This back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my man, you're a real nigga.
A real nigga. I love Joe Claire, and that's one reason why I want to
For real,
go.
I'll never forget that in my life.
Because I want to see him. I got to see Joe Claire. I have to.
Sounds like a
So yeah, that's April 17th. You can also get your tickets on crankandflow.com. Tickets are $10.
That's right.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in to SlapStik Comedy Radio Entertainment. I'm Stephen G.
Misha Mish.
And we'll see you next time. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Signing off.
Beautiful. Thank you so